There we go. Hey, Canuck fans, welcome to the Line Change Podcast, a proud member of the Hockey Podcast Network. And we're here live for our Unleashed After Dark post-game show as the Vancouver Canucks have been defeated by the Buffalo Sabres 3-2 in a game where they outshot the Sabres 32-15, not 31. Obviously, tonight marked the return of Thatcher Demko after he missed the last 12 games due to a groin injury. Canucks not only just 2 wins in their last 10 games, this being their last home game before the Christmas break, as they go on a pretty big road trip starting in New Jersey on Sunday morning. Yes, Sunday morning at 9:30 a.m. Pacific start time. We got Gerald here. For those of you that watched the video earlier, Gerald just popped out. For those of you who watched earlier, I did end up deleting the video, so I'm just regurgitating what I said earlier, just in case others did not, or just in case somebody new comes in. Oh, Gerald's back in.
Oh my
As I
God.
mentioned earlier, I thought the Canucks played okay. I mean, I think you and I both agree they played okay tonight. Um,
That's
Despite
you.
them I thought they played okay. Um, Obviously, they outshot the Sabres, but it's like what Witt keeps saying. We outshoot teams, we lose. We get outshot, we win. I think he's onto something, because it keeps happening. Little shout out to Witt from Canucks Uncensored. But here we go. Unleashed After Dark. We're gonna get a little, you know, say
I mean,
say what
since
we
we're
want
t
to say.
since this is take two, do you still have to go through the goal visualizer and everything because you deleted the first one?
No, I mean
No?
I have it up. I just won't be able to share it because I think that's where some of the issues come in with my computer. So I just have it up so I can see it. But if we wanted to look at stuff, I have it popped up here on my laptop. So
Okay. So this is sort of the time that I make some shout outs because
hmm
I think at 11, what was it? Just before 11. So 10 and just before 11, before Clay's stream. Asked chat if you guys were down for this. And at that time, there were, what was it? Harry, Duolingo, Bobby, I believe Alfred,
hmm
um, and not too sure who else. But right now we have Just Incredible, Alfred. Thanks for coming back, round two. We got Bobby back, and we actually got Swerve Nervin from Anaheim. I think he's still there because he's not back until Sunday. So we're actually
oh,
missing Harry and obviously Jordan because I think Jordan's on his way home.
mm,
But it was kind of a crazy night. We were at the Shark Club.
mm,
Have to say, there were a lot more people for the NFL game than the Canucks game. Typically on a Canucks night, um, even if they're play at home, I remember going to the Shark Club and you'd have to wait in line, try to get a seat. There was no rezos. You had to wait and walk in. So tonight it was pretty empty. A lot of NFL fans there, and they only did a draw for the NFL game, not for the Canucks game. And surprisingly, I talked to our server and I was like, so I guess the Canucks are kind of killing you guys, eh? And she's like, well, look at the score. And at that time, I think it was 3-2. So, but she did say, she said after the game they get a lot of fans coming over because it's so close to the arena.
mm.
And she definitely was not wrong. The place was packed. A lot of Canucks fans spoke to people that had jerseys on. Um, I think Jordy might have some video on it, so you guys might see it on Uncensored. Because I mean, I had a chat with Jordy tonight, long chat from second period until the end of the game. We stayed there. Actually, we went back again for a bit because he wanted to just chill for a bit and just chat. Um, but some of the fans that were there had the same sort of sentiment. Not sure if you have the same sentiment, but they lost to pretty much the worst team. Well, the other worst team in the league. the worst one from the East.
Yeah.
By a score of 3-2. So a lot of people were like this came from a guy wearing a Quinn Hughes jersey. And I said, "Are you ready for the trade?" And he's like, "Hell yeah." That pretty much explains everything. Like, like you paid money to buy a $300 jersey, and you're like, "Yeah, let's just trade him." Like, we've gotten to a point in this Canucks fandom community, like it's already worse than apathy. It's to a point where, like, I don't know how low we can sink. I don't think there's in any time in the history of the Canucks since the 1970s where a fan would be like, "Yeah, trade your best players." I was listening on the radio and they're like, "Trade all your players." Like, when does that ever happen, man? Like, have you ever seen that, Tyler?
Not that I've seen, no.
It's so ridiculous. Like I know Jordy from Uncensored's like, "It's okay for us to lose." Yeah, it's true. It's okay for us to lose, but not to the worst team in the East. Come on, man. You got to at least get a win. The Canucks have 4 wins at home. 4 wins. How do you explain to people that actually pay good money to come to see the team, and this is the product that you get? I mean, right, like, they didn't play an awful game. It could have gotten worse, to be honest. I don't know if you missed the Demko flop, the misread. I think before we ended the first post game earlier, I was talking briefly about that. They were on a power play. Demko misplayed it. One of the Buffalo guys almost scored a goal. Like, if he wasn't out of position, it would have been easy tapping goal, open net. Like, Demko was so far out of position. And it was on a goddamn power play, man. Seriously. Like, it's just, I get it. It's your first game back after an injury, but have we resorted to this right now? Like, I'm sorry, I will message Clay. I'm sorry I missed his stream. How was that stream? How were people feeling in chat?
I missed most of it because I was getting things set up and actually was looking at some highlights from the game tonight just so I can have a better, so I didn't come into it until probably 10 minutes before it finished. So, and I wasn't really looking at the chat too much. I commented in the chat a little bit, and I let some people know, hey, we're doing a Unleashed After Dark in about 15 minutes. And Clay actually mentioned it too. So, yeah, I didn't really see what the vibes were, so I can't really answer that. So, yeah.
That's, like, seriously, I mean, I was driving home from Shark Club and listening on the radio, and there's so many fans. Like, there's a season ticket holder from 1979, and he says he's never given up on the club, but this year might be the year. Another one from 91, and I don't think any time in the what is it 55 years of Canuck history has a fan group of the city been so adamant on a full rebuild. I don't think we've ever seen that. And it comes down to, do we have trust in this management? Do we have trust in Jim Rutherford, who's 77 years young, and his trusted right hand man, Patrick Alvin, to helm this? Like, it just feels, even like when I was talking to Jordan, it feels like, what is it, 20, whenever Benning left, like 2018 all over again. It feels like right now JR is trying to save their asses and trade Quinn Hughes, kind of like how they traded for OEL and Garland just to save his job. That's what it feels like right now. So I'm not too sure how others feel about this, but they made some bets, they made some risk, and it's time for them to pay it. And I was telling them, and it feels like management might be let go before Huggy is traded. Because I mean, if any of you guys have read the Drance report on the Athletic, I know it's under a paywall. At least looked on X. Do we trust this management in dealing with that trade? That is such a huge question, because it makes or breaks, like Drance was saying. It's not that if it's done well, it's not the end of an era, it's a beginning of a new one. So what do you think? What does chat think? Like, I would love to know.
I agree. I agree. And actually, I'm glad you brought that up, because I did go back and watch, what was it, last week? Clay had Rain on for his hot takes,
Yeah.
who's still going to be actually coming on here at some point. We still got to figure that out. But he echoed the exact same thing. I think he was the one who said, he thinks Alvin's going to go before Hughes gets traded. That was one of his takes. And that you just saying that just reminded me of that. And yeah, I could honestly see that Patrick Alvin going before Quinn Hughes gets traded. But I think when it comes to Rutherford, I think he'll walk. I don't think he'll necessarily be fired. He'll just be like, I'm done. I mean, he's already 77 years old. I think he'll just be like, done. But it'll be Alvin who's the one who gets fired. So,
like, seriously, you're 77 years old. How many more years are you gonna be working? I'm not saying that guy's gonna like be done, like, but like in terms of work wise, like, are you able to manage a team still in your 70s? Like, you're hitting 80 now. And if the Canucks were to do an actual rebuild, by the time that rebuild's done, the guy's like past his 80s. Like, the guy's obviously not gonna be like, yeah, we're gonna do a rebuild. He's gonna be like, hey, Aquaman, we can fix this on the fly. Just like what Jim Benning said, we can fix this. No, like, for God's sakes, it's not gonna happen. I mean, Witt has also said before. I feel so like it's weird, because Witt and I have this sort of relationship that we talk a lot offline, and that's why I reference him a lot. But it's kind of sort of my views in a sense too. But I just like to give him a little bit of props that it can be done in a quick way, quick retool. And not a lot of people are gonna be happy about this when I say it, but if the trade is done well, correctly, it can be done quickly. Timing is crucial when it's done, what sort of pieces or assets they get back. It has to be quality pieces. Like, no one gives a shit about this volume shit. For hell, like, they can throw out like 7-8 pieces. No one gives a shit if it's all shit pieces. Like, if you guys right now, like what Rutherford is doing, I am hesitant, because he is thinking, yeah, we're gonna get younger. We need roster players. But what kind of roster players? Like, you need obviously players that are under 25 that can fit the core. But it also has to fit in with players like Besser, who's what, like 28 now, or no, 29. Is that, if I'm not wrong? Because
I think
his
he's 29.
his contract runs until he's 36. And then you have Garland, who's another 6-year contract. You have Demko, who's past his 30 and he has another 3-year contract. Like, how does that all fit in? Yeah, you need some veteran presence for these younger kids, but what kind of pieces are you going to get? Where are you going to get them from? Right? And I don't know if we're going to dive into the whole Hughes rumors and teams that they're involved with. But in my mind, I actually have a couple that I wouldn't mind doing the trade with. But the problem is, the way I see it, it wouldn't be by trade deadline. It would be by the draft. Yeah. And you know, like I've preached that to you before, right,
Yeah.
Tyler?
Mm-hmm. I'm glad you brought up Demko. It's Duo. Shout out to Duolingo. I'm glad you brought up Demko. He says, "Who signs a goalie that was injured half a season to 8 times or 8.5 times 3?" Hit the nail right on the head with that duo. Like I didn't understand. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love Demko. I love him. But he's injury prone. He hasn't really proved anything in the last few years, except for that one season where he ended up getting that popliteus injury. But yeah, if you have that knowledge that he's not healthy and you still sign a guy like to that type of money after having already signed Lankinen, given him, a big contract, it makes you wonder, like, Jim, what are you doing? And then you end up trading Seelows, who's flourishing in Pittsburgh.
Okay. I have to say something on that because a lot of people don't like the Demko trade. I understand it. It was out of respect because think about it right now with Quinn Hughes going through all the rumors and everything. He's never once said, "I love Vancouver. I want to stay here. I want to be here." Only two players have, and that's Besser and Demko. So if you have this loyal player that is here, obviously you're going to sign him. I feel like I have to double check. I will look it up. About I think there's a new no movement clause for Demko. I'm not entirely sure. I will double check that right now. But they can fix this. They can somehow trade it. Like if we were not to extend Demko, we still wouldn't have been able to keep Seelows because Seelows was on the second year of his NHL contract. It wasn't a two-way anymore. It was a one-way. So would you rather have lost Seelows in the waivers or be confident enough to play him as a backup? That is the question. So either way, it doesn't matter who you extend, sign, whatever it is. There's no way in hell you would have kept Seelows unless you traded away Demko or you traded away Lankinen, who just signed the 5.5 for 4. And how would that look in terms of management? You just re-sign this guy and you trade him away. There's no way they can do that because people around the league talk. Every GM talks with all the other GMs. And if you do that, players are going to be like, oh shit, like if I sign a contract with Vancouver, and like, is it even safe? Like they could just turn around and be like, okay, you're expendable. We're trading you. So it's a bad look on management. So Lankinen, the extension itself already was, they should have traded him instead of because Lankinen was so high at that point, the value should have just traded him if you were choosing Demko. You wouldn't extend him. Then you re-sign Demko and then you have Seelows. Cool. And if Seelows doesn't do well, then you send him down to AHL, bring in Tolopilo. Lucky enough, we've been doing well with Tolopilo with all the injuries.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That would have been a much better plan than, re-signing both and having 13 million just on the tandem. Right. Okay. It could have been the best tandem in the league. The best. Think about it. You have a 1A, 1B. I don't think there's any other team in the league that might have that right now. The only exception might be the Avs. Like you have Blackwood, and then you have what's the other guy's name? Wedgwood. The both Woods. And yeah, like come on, man. Like that would have been a much better plan. But obviously, looking back is 2020, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. To answer your question, Demko's contract kicks in next year. All 3 years have a no move clause.
For Demmer, right?
But it doesn't kick in until 2026. So technically,
yeah, man.
If they wanted to now, they could.
Like I actually, you know what? Like this show, I don't want it to go like over because I know you're tired and you have other stuff to do. I actually want to go through chat, but one last thing before we go through chat is, um, would you be confident in having Lankinen as your starter and Tolopilo back in?
Yeah,
That is the last thing. I
yeah,
think we'll talk about that right now before we go into chat. But um, you'd be confident in it.
yeah. I'd be okay with that. Yeah,
Okay. Because I think a lot of people have had the argument in terms of um, looking at, I think it was Eddie Lack who started the season off really strong, and then he just flamed out. Do you see that potential in Tolopilo?
I mean, I think it's possible. Like, obviously,
Right.
I hope it doesn't happen, but like anything's possible. When I look at the goaltending for the Canucks, I'm honestly just waiting for Medvedev to come up because I think he's going to be like our next. Like, I don't want to say next Demko because by that I don't mean like he's going to get injured like constantly and stuff like that. But I think he's going to be, in essence, our next Demko. Like, he's our next number one goalie, like hands down.
Just another solid, dependable goalie, but
Yeah,
minus the injury issues.
yeah. But I think that's still like maybe another 3 years away. So maybe once Demko's contract's over, that might be when Medvedev might start getting into NHL or the NHL. And I honestly cannot wait for Medvedev. Imagine, I'm glad you mentioned Lankinen, Tolopilo. I'd be okay with. I would much prefer if it was Tolopilo and Medvedev. I think that would be a better tandem right there. And
Okay.
then you can't forget about Ty Young. I know he's had a shit season in the AHL. Like
Yeah.
I'm actually going to talk about Ty Young in my next report tomorrow, like, very briefly, because he got sent down back to Kalamazoo, and he had an 0-7 record in the AHL. He didn't win a single game. So I'll touch on that in the next report very briefly. But yeah, we still have him. We still have Koskinvuo, who I haven't seen too much from, but I think he's gotten one of the few wins that Abbotsford has actually gotten this year,
Yeah,
aside
he
from
has.
Tolopilo. So I'm intrigued for him, but it's Medvedev for me. I cannot wait for him to get to the Canucks and start in the NHL. But until that happens, we're kind of just stuck with Demko and Lankinen for now. Who knows? Maybe they do decide to move off of Demko before the deadline, before his contract kicks in. But then again, that's another kick in the teeth to a guy who said he wants to be here. To your point.
Okay. Sorry, just one quick thing. Hey, Swerven, don't leave yet. Because it looks like he's got to go. Have a good night. It's about 12:40, and I mean, if he replies, then great. If not, then we'll continue. Ty Young, I just want to say, still young, making the adjustments. I mean, it's very hard going from ECHL to AHL, and um, it just takes time, right? So we just got to be. I hate harping on this, but we just got to be patient and trust in the system, right? Servant is back. Yeah, Medvedev, we're gonna break that guy too. Oh my god. Um, yeah, but you never know, right? But to be very honest, because of all the injuries, AHL has been super thin. I mean, the big club is obviously going to, if they're doing not so well, then the AHL is going to reflect that because the teams, like the players, are up in the big club, and what can you do, right? Um, Tyler's back.
There we go. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Sorry. I was trying to get a comment from Urban, actually, since you brought him up. I would have confidence in a Lankinen Tolopilo combo if Ian Clark was still the goalie coach. Yeah, I have to. Yeah, that I think the whole Ian Clark saga thing that we heard about, what was it, last year?
Yeah.
Was crap. Like the treatment, I absolutely fucking hated that. Like, because Ian Clark is amazing.
Bro,
and just feels like they kind of
he
pushed
wanted
him
it
out.
though. It didn't push him out. They just
True.
Well, I understand. I mean, they had someone else in the lines for it, but I think Ian Clark wanted some sort of stability and he wanted to be a consultant rather than a goalie coach. You can't blame him for that.
And I think they didn't want that though.
Yeah.
So
it is what it is.
But,
like you can't like no organization or even individual can't live without another person or can't live without sorry, exactly what I just said. But it is what it is. Like if people are trying to move on, then but you still have him in the system, at least he can give you some sort of advice or at least consulting of some sort, then you're okay, right? He's just not going to be there day in and day out just coaching your players, your goalies to how he was. Like everyone gets old. It's just Jim Rutherford doesn't realize that. He just thinks he's still 77 years young and can run a team. So Ian Clark, good on him. I mean, he's making bank for it because of everything he's done with Canucks, then I think Columbus, and then back with the Canucks. So good on him. But you got to move on from that, right?
Yeah, and I could be wrong. So if anyone actually knows, correct me in chat. I think while he's not technically the goalie coach right now, I think he's still getting paid by the Canucks. Despite
he is. No, he is.
Yeah.
It's a consulting. Like he has a it's like if you're a professor and you have a tenure of X amount of years, then you get God, I just had that in my mind. So you make like a guaranteed salary. That's what he is. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, I'm just trying to get back to where we were before my little internet mishap.
Let's go to chat because I think it's getting a little late. We have a lot of people here. I love it. Thank you so much for supporting us. Thank you for supporting Tyler in the line change. Hopefully we can grow this channel even bigger for Tyler and the hockey network. What is it? I'm so sorry.
The hockey podcast network.
The hockey podcast.
THPN. Just call it THPN. You can see right there, down there in the corner. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about the new post-game show logo, at least the skate version. I literally quickly did that after we got off the previous one. Like before we did this one, I literally boom, 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 quickly made it as fast as I could. Just to make it look pretty decent. I think I did see something way earlier.
We can go through that, but just a shout out, Irvin. Love that you're still here. I love that everyone else is still here. The only reason why I shout out Irvin is because he was about to go. But yo, bro, watch your mouth, man. No more profanity. I see it. I see you, brother.
Oh, come on. We're supposed to be unleashed.
Oh, God damn it. Okay, sure.
That was the whole point of doing Unleashed.
Alfred, thank you. Thank you for the comment about the jacket. Love it. And shots, we lose. Shots, we tank. Yeah, agreed, man.
Yeah, don't worry.
Tyler, let's just start from the top. Let's just start from the top. And hopefully we can work our ways down. And then once we get through it, then maybe we'll throw in some more of our takes. And I just want to make sure all your followers that are here, to spending their time with us at 12:46 in the evening or in the morning, to be with us.
Before we get into the chat, let me do my sponsor, because we're at about 30 minutes now, and I'm not sure how long we're going to go. So let me quickly do my sponsor, and then we'll jump into the chat, into the comments. I have it all the way back up at the top, so we'll start from the top. Let me thank my first sponsor, Gassy Jack Art, maker of that artwork you can kind of see behind me, along with the minion is not included in the artwork, just a heads up. Gassy Jack Art, maker of this fine artwork you see right here. You guys can check them out yourselves at gassjackart.com. My primary sponsor is DraftKings. So you guys can check them out, DraftKings. And big thank you to my sponsor, DraftKings. The jaw-dropping moments that make hockey, well, hockey. Experience them all with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NHL. Missouri listeners, listen up. DraftKings Sportsbook is now live in the Show Me State. New customers, this one's just for you. Bet just $5, and if your bet wins, you'll get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code THPN, that's code THPN, to turn $5 into $200 in bonus bets if your bet wins. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY, which is 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly on behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas. Pass-through of per wager. Tax may apply in Illinois. 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply. Bet must win to receive bonus bets, which will expire in 7 days. Minimum odds required. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio. This is a limited time offer. Copyright of the NHL 2025, all rights reserved. There you go.
Wow, I like that voiceover. Love it.
Shout out to DraftKings. I literally recorded that earlier, before, right after our earlier post game, because apparently
I need to talk to you.
When I played it earlier, there was no sound. There was no sound at all, so it wasn't even a sponsor read. It was just quietness, and I didn't realize that. Thank you to those in the chat who let me know. I'm surprised I didn't pick up on that before. This was a new one. They sent me a new script. So, but yeah, let's get to comments. Ah, crap. Went all the way back down to the bottom. Okay. So first one, Alfred in the building. Love it. Here we go. And actually, Alfred and I are going to be at Greta on the 20th of December for the Canucks Army watch party. Sam will be there too. I talked her into it. And for those of you that want to go, keep in mind it is a 4 p.m. game start. So it starts at 3 p.m., I think. Yeah, 3 p.m. at Greta, which is unusual because usually it's late night. I mentioned in the earlier stream, I'm going to try and do a post game that night. Depends on what time I get home.
Bro, just do it at Greta.
Actually, you know what? That's actually a really good idea. That's a very good idea.
I can talk to the people there and we can get that shit set up.
Yeah, definitely. That's a very good idea. And we got Bobby in the house. People's First Yukon. Swervin is here. Sup, Swerve?
I think.
Tai. Well, I think he's gone now. But Tai, man, I haven't heard someone call me that in years.
Oh no, man! Irvin is still here. That's great. That's awesome. I think.
Oh yeah,
I think as well. Okay, great. What's up, brother?
So this post game show is brought to you by Tai and G Baby. There you go. At least according to Irvin. Love it. My groin. Is that? I'm assuming that's a Demko reference, or is that maybe Horvat? Because I saw Horvat got injured in the game in the Islanders game earlier, and it looked
Yeah, it's
a little bad.
very unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Uh-oh. Tai's frozen again. Okay. It's time for me to take over a little bit for a second here. Let's see here. Trying to go through all the messages. I'm so sorry. There's a lot here. Let's see here. Wow. Oh my gosh. Okay. On my groin. Love the jacket. Thank you, Alfred. Set that shot. We tank. Yes. Both those hats are straight flames. Damn. Okay. Not too sure what it is. Russ from Nothing is Perfect. Make sure to catch his stream. He does pre and during. Not sure about post games, but make sure you go and follow Nothing is Perfect. Make sure the O is actually a 0. We got, yeah, Russell in the house. Let's see here. Alfred Demko's kind of literally looking out of place. Yes, I mean it is his first game, and you got to give him some. You cut him some slack, man. It's been a few games. He's a little rusty. It takes some time, and we have Tyler back. So the last comment I was doing was Demko looks out of place.
Yeah, I don't think I can get back that far because it won't let me go any further. Yeah, as far as I can go back is Urban's repeat what the Blues did in 2019. I don't know where that is for you.
Okay, I'm just gonna go through it. I'll just read them out.
Yeah, just go
ahead. So let's see here. The last one. Demko literally looked out of place, and I said, "Yeah, it's his first game. Give him some slack. A lot of tired of losing sentiment in Clay's stream." Thank you, Alfred, for letting me know because I unfortunately was not there. Hard to say. People are all over the place. I think that's sort of what everyone trying to say of the Canucks fandom. Bobby is saying we are upset about the game. It depends on which side you're on. Alfred, some were super optimistic. My mind is like, bro, you really think we can turn this thing around after all that's happened so far this season? We're not the effing St. Louis Blues. You never know, man. If Demko actually goes on the tear, and somehow the Canucks do trade Quinn Hughes soon, and whatever players we get back, they could. Let's see here. Servant Irvin is saying repeat what the Blues did in 2019. Yeah. It's possible, hopefully, but it's very unlikely. And I think we're caught up with your side, right?
Yeah, because that's the first one that I can see. Then you got Alfred JRPA is not the management that will start the rebuild. Yeah.
But I mean, unfortunately, they got the okay from management, or sorry, from the ownership.
Yeah, which
so
surprises me.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, I do like this one from Irvin though, and I could marry Beyonce.
No, you can't because you're already married, my friend.
Both things have the same. I think he's just comparing the two.
I know he's joking.
I thought that was pretty funny. That's why I highlighted it. I thought it was pretty funny.
Irvin, it's funny, but Irvin, no disrespect to your wife, man. Come on, be a man, brother.
Mm-hmm.
I love you like a brother. I'm just being straight.
Alfred, realistically, this Canucks core doesn't have the ability to do that. Talking about the rebuild, exactly.
No, but let's stay on that for a quick sec. Let's stay on that for a quick sec. Let me ask you a question. Go back to Alfred's comment. And let me ask you, I mean, we did go through the 23-24 playoffs, made it to the second round, lost in game 7 against the Oilers. And at that point, I think Seelovs was in game 7, but he still played a spectacular game, right?
Yeah.
So do you believe in the core that we have? We're saying with the team that we have right now, we have Hughes, we have Besser, we have DeBrusk, we have Petey, we have Hughes. So with that sort of core, and then Demko, if he's not injured, and Lankinen, we'll say the 7 people. Would you be confident that they can actually do a long run? Would they be able to do this day in and day out, every other day games to stick in the playoffs? Would you be confident in that?
I'm gonna say no. No, not confident.
Okay. So what the hell are we doing talking about the St. Louis Blues if that team is not really even up to par? Like St. Louis Blues, the only reason why they did that run was because there were injured players. That halted the beginning of the season. Then everyone gelled. Coaching was great. They went on the spectacular run, and pretty much like top to bottom, they had at least 3 good lines. They had 3 good lines. What do we have? We have Max Sasson as the top line 1C right now. Okay. Yeah. We have Petey back. We have Bluger back. Yeah, I'm not going to say Hedel because it's very unlikely. But we have Petey, Bluger back in center. You have Sasson, Ratu as your down the middle, and then you have all your other wingers. Would you still be confident in this team if they squeak it in to wildcard 2 and play the Avs?
Nope.
They would be swept. So what is the point of going hard? I'm so sorry for all those that are here. Especially Bobby. I know you want the Canucks to win, or else you're going to be cheering for the Oilers. That's fine. But the thing is, would you much rather have a team that takes the first overall, drafts someone well, and maybe if they don't trade Quinn Hughes by that time, convince him to extend for 8 years, then we still keep our generational D-man, something that probably will never, ever happen again, and continue to build for the following year, like next year and the following year, and work towards that, or trade Quinn Hughes right now and win some meaningless games just to squeak it into the playoffs and get swept by the Avs. Does it make sense?
No.
I mean, for me, it doesn't.
No, not at all. And just to touch on the St. Louis Blues thing, yes, that's a good comparison. Some people like to make, but people are forgetting St. Louis had a 2C in 2019. We don't. So I don't think
Binnington got hot. Binnington got so hot that year. It was just unreal. Like if you look at Binnington now and you look at Binnington back then, yeah, he wins you big games. But in 2019, Binnington was a beast. And trust me, I hate Binnington, even though he's on Team Canada. Like I don't even trust him in those big. Like a lot of people are saying, "Oh yeah, Binnington plays well on big games." He almost muffed it during that 4 Nations game. Come on, man. Like it's just Demko would have played better if he was Canadian. Or like, yeah, I don't know. But that's a different story right now. It's just they were hot. They were meant to. Everything happens for a reason, and they were meant to win, and that's why they won. But for us as Canucks, we are biased because we cheer for a team that we love. But factually and statistically, are they good enough? If they're not good enough, why bother just thinking like Aquaman? Oh, we're just going to get 2 more games of revenue for the Canucks in the playoffs. Look at the goddamn market right now. The tickets like on the resale market was like 60. I didn't even bother looking during game time. Student Rush was at 39 the other day against Detroit, 49 tonight. And I think the resale market even went lower than that. People are telling you something, or it's trying to tell ownership something. Do something about this, or we're not going to come and cheer you. Because like the season ticket holders, like myself and you know the three others that I share it with, are not happy about this. We can't even like we try to give tickets away to people, and they're like, "Yeah, we don't want to go see the Canucks lose." Like it's that bad. It's back to like 2021. It's back to like it's just ridiculous, man. Like it's just it frustrates me, but at the same time, I shouldn't be frustrated because everyone knows that like I am trying my best to be the most optimistic person, even though we're in bad times. I've always been optimistic in chat when we're with Clay, even on this stream. But seriously, enough was enough because this game tonight proved it. It's the worst team in the East, and they won. You were up 2-1. You were up 2-1 and lost 3-2. How does that happen, man? I'm not like, oh my God, it's 1 a.m. and I'm screaming because it's just it frustrates me because I actually was cheering for the Canucks to at least tie the game, maybe win it. So I'm not on Team Tank. I still care, but you're not giving me anything to care about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, 100%, 100%. I mean, at least get this game to overtime, so at least get a point out of it. But we couldn't, even though we were like hemming them in their own zone towards the end of the game. And kudos to Buffalo for getting in the way of those shots. And
No, they had a chance. They just couldn't shoot. And it's all this passing BS. Like, come on, man. Like, you have a chance to shoot it. Shoot it. Why the hell would you go and pass it? There was a few plays in the third where I don't even know who it was. I think it might have been Garland. He could have had a chance to shoot it. He passed the puck. Like, is this the whole PD like rubbing off of everyone? Like it's pass first mentality as opposed to like shoot. Like, are you like, yeah, I know you guys have outshot the other team and you guys are taking terrible shots and it's not quality shots, but for God's sakes, just shoot the goddamn puck, please.
Mm-hmm. All right, we'll continue with the chat. Who's all injured? I think it's the same people with the exception of Demko is the injuries. And you can throw in PD. So it's essentially one guy comes back, one guy goes out. Is basically how the injuries are going so far this year. I will be talking about PD and the Nucks report that I'm putting out tomorrow about like injury updates and stuff. You know, with him and Bluger, I will be going over that in that video. Duolingo. At least someone is calling out Demko here. I think our goaltending is a huge issue along with lack of offense. You guys confident in Demko / Lanky for the next 3 to 5 years at $13.5 million?
It's actually 13, not 13.5, but yeah, no, I'm not. I don't even know if Demko will last the 3 years if he's in this state right now.
No, I'm starting to think the same way for sure. Especially seeing that he's got a no move clause starting next year. And the fact that he wants to stay, and you know, if they go to him wanting to trade, he'll probably say no. Because he wants to be here.
Well, if Patrick Alvin and JR is trying to save their asses, they'll probably trade him. Here, let me ask. Yeah. Hey, Patrick, are you do you think trading Demko is going to save your ass? Yeah, I think he thinks it's safe.
Swervin, Jim rather fold. Love it. There was that one that we did earlier about the duo did about signing a goalie who's injured for half a season. We already went over that one. Duo again. Who throws out a 5-year contract for $5 million when we had a good AHL goalie or goalies that were performing well? That's, I believe, referring to the Lankinen, right? 5-year, $5 million. Yeah.
Lankinen 5.5.
Yeah, 5.5.
But I mean, you didn't expect Tolopilo to stand his ground, right? I mean, we signed the Canucks signed Patera for a reason. Like he was there just in case as a backup insurance in case Demko gets injured, and obviously he's not playing up to par. And then you throw in Tolopilo and he plays lights out. Like, dude, I love this kid's game. Like it's like he's big. You know, might need to work on the 5-hole a little bit because his legs are so goddamn long. But in terms of like rebound control and all that, it's much better than Lankinen at this point right now.
Yeah, that's one thing I've noticed for sure this year. Lankinen's rebound control has been absolute fucking shit.
Oh my god, you're swearing. And this is a sponsored video. This is a sponsored video. You know that, right?
I'm sure the other podcasts on the network do it too. Hang on.
They'll try to understand because you're a passionate fan. You won't lose your job over this, unlike some other people.
Here we go with this one. Alfred. Retail comes with luck too. We all know with this Canucks luck. Yeah. That's a big reason why I'm not on Team Tank, because there's a draft lottery. And we've talked about this on this show before. There's a draft lottery. It's not guaranteed. And plus, we have terrible luck too when it comes to the lottery. You know, little PTSD like we talked about last time.
No, but I think I reminded you too that the most the Canucks could drop is 2 spots. So say they finish first, they'll pick third. Still, that's a top 5 pick. They go to second last, they get second pick. The worst they can go down is to 5th. Still a top 5 pick. It's just the problem if you know they go on a run that they usually do at the end of the season, then you know a 5th becomes like a 10th, and then they drop, or like you know they're 7th and they drop to 10th. That's the biggest thing that we worry about. That's why if they were about to trade Quinn Hughes, don't trade them. Don't trade him now. Trade him at the draft. I don't care if his value is higher for one playoff run. Make sure it's not because I'm part of Team Tank. If you're part of that philosophy where you want them to get a top 5 pick, you'd much rather have Quinn still on the team instead of trading for assets that come back and then they play well and go on a streak, but still miss the playoffs. So if you miss the playoffs by 2 points, you're in what? You're drafting at 15, 16. Then what's the point, man? Seriously.
Yeah. Duo, I guess talking about Rutherford, since we're going way back, 77 and working is just insane. And then older than Biden when he was getting shit on. Yeah, we really are unleashed now. Holy crap, Duo. I mean, I like it, but yeah, let's try and keep politics out of this because I absolutely hate politics. But I do agree with you on that. I will say.
Come on, Tyler. Let your subscribers say whatever they want. Don't be a. I mean, I can say this because I'm from that country. Don't be a fucking commie.
Duo, at least the delusional Canuck fans got nothing left to say about how bad this team is. It's not negativity when it's just facts. We are last place. People are waking up. Yeah, people are waking up.
Yeah,
exactly.
For sure. Totally agree.
At least we can be positive for a top 3 pick, hopefully number 1. Yeah, I mean, even if we don't get number 1, I'd be okay with top 3.
Top 3 players look good. I mean, even
3.
top 5. Like a player that I wanted, it's not McKenna. And if somehow the Canucks go on a run and end up getting 5th, still the player that I'm happy about.
Yeah.
Like there's a centerman that's 6'6". Yeah. Wit for one does not like that one. So I mean, for once, I'm not giving him props to that because it's something that I actually like.
Yeah. I mean, hey, top 5 is better than picking 15th. So I would honestly take anything that was top 5. Demko
Oh my
has
God,
a no move
Harry's
cluster.
back.
That's what you mentioned. Yeah, I noticed that Harry's back. Basically, Demko currently has no trade protection. And then, yeah, who in the world wants to trade for an injury-prone goalie in Demko? Edmonton, probably.
Oh yeah, you got it. I was just about to say that.
I think Swervin actually was smelling what we were selling there. He said Edmonton too. We trade Demko, who would we get? Honestly, I do not know. I can't answer that question. I have no idea who we would get, but I know Edmonton would probably do it because their goaltending is it's shit.
Anything is better than Stuart Skinner.
Yeah. Alfred disagrees, which is fair. Definitely no, not a division rival. Well, hey, if he plays for the Oilers, he's going to be injured all the time anyway. So, I mean,
yeah. Sorry, continue.
Here's one. I just thought, what if we did? And this is meant to be a joke. I'm not being serious about this. What if we did Demko for fucking Skinner? I don't know.
Are you fucking serious right now?
That's why I said it was a joke. I mean, people are asking, who would you get for Demko? Probably Skinner. They'd probably be willing to part with Skinner.
I'd just take any pick.
Mm-hmm. Or, yeah, I guess you could try and do draft picks. You would have to retain salary and give someone a second for any team to take Demko now. That's actually a pretty good point. Yeah, we would definitely have to retain salary for sure. And that's probably something the Canucks do not want to do. Jordan, oh God, Demko winning with the Oilers? No thanks. And then we got Urban, throw them a grenade. Yeah. Alfred mentions earlier about when we were talking about Seelovs, how we risk losing him to waivers if we were to send him down. And that was a big reason why we did the trade in the first place.
I think at least they got a 4th out of it, and Chase Stillman.
Yeah. Right? Mm-hmm. Duo, I looked at every goalie tandem in the league, and ours is by far the most overpaid, unreliable. It's not even close. Interesting.
No, there's actually a $10 million goalie in the league. Someone go look that up.
Is that? I want to say Bobrovsky, or is that Shesterkin we're talking about?
Don't look that up. Let's just go through chat. Someone will look at it. Someone will find it. If not, we'll talk about it at the end. We got to go through chat. It's like an hour right now.
Lankinen as a starter, he's proven time and time again he doesn't have the ability to provide sustainable goaltending.
True, but you have to give him the benefit of the doubt. He was the only goalie in the league, I think, to start 10-0 in road games.
Yeah.
I think that was the stat. But that was also when teams didn't have game tape on it.
Mm-hmm. Duo is on fire tonight. I gotta, hats off to Duo. He's on fire. Canuck fans and media have been focusing on lack of offense and Hughes leaving. Makes me cringe to think we got Myers and MP. I'm assuming Marcus he's talking about left. We don't see how bad our goaltending situation is. Well, yeah, when you got guys like Myers and Marcus Pettersson, I mean, not necessarily Myers per se, but Marcus Pettersson playing pretty bad defensively.
Well, he was terrible tonight. But Myers was deep. Myers was so deep in the play tonight. It was, and he didn't fumble. Like, I was surprised. Like, Myers was just down by the icing line and like in the corners trying to make a play. Like, it was, I mean, I give props to him tonight for sure.
Looking back. Okay, there's that one we were talking about, Langton Tulipil, and we mentioned Ian Clark. So we already, I think, went over that. Just down to where Swerve said he was going to leave, and yet he's still here. That's what Unleashed After Dark does to you. It sucks you, it pulls you in, keeps you around.
That's what happens. We wanted Irvin here.
Yeah. Jordan says we have a night for a meetup. Ooh. Jordan, if you're still around, do tell. Duo once again. Silov's a 900 save percentage and 24 years old, and we stuck with Lanky and Demko. What a fumble!
No, because look at Silov's numbers in Pittsburgh. He didn't play tonight, and Jari kind of shit the bed tonight. But Silov's is on a really bad losing streak right now. So I would much rather have Tolopilo over Silov's. I think Canucks conversation quads was super high on Tolopilo. I think.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he is.
I think he is. Did you hear that? He said 8 games, and he's still at 905, something like that.
Yeah. Quads is a big Tolopilo guy. So, Urban, yeah, Medvedev, we're gonna break that guy too. Well, I certainly hope not.
I mean, if you were to play for Abby,
yeah,
he's saying Saturday, January 3rd. Okay.
Okay.
Isn't that the Seattle game? No. Yeah, it is a Seattle game, January 3rd. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah. No. Sorry, Boston. It's the Boston game.
Boston on January 3rd? Because I know we're playing Boston on the 20th as well.
Okay, wait. Let me double check.
I'm gonna keep going. Ryan Thompson. There is not system or plan in place if we don't get a top 3 pick. Yeah, I agree. Well, we all know there's no structure. We talked about that last time in our last post game. Now there's really no structure. Ryan Thompson again. That's all it matters right now for this franchise, top 3 pick, or we're going to suck for another decade. Yeah.
No, I was right.
Definitely, Boston, I definitely agree on that.
Top 3 pick, or we suck for another. Yeah, true. Yeah, I was right. Definitely. Boston playing in Vancouver on the 3rd, January 3rd. Yeah.
Okay.
And then Seattle on the 2nd. Seattle usually plays either on the 1st or the 2nd in Vancouver. It's been like that the last at least couple of years, at least last 3 years. Mm-hmm. What's up, Jake? Justin Incredible.
Ryan Thompson again. Sorry, I'm just trying to get through the chat. Top 3 pick made Chance Hughes' decision to stay, but Nemec is a better option as we were treading younger.
No. I think Nemec is going to be a bust. It's if you were to do a trade with New Jersey and Nemec is the centerpiece, no, I would say no. Unless the centerpiece is Hischier, I would say no to New Jersey. Seriously. Like there's no like if you look at the like I've done my homework. If you look at Hischier's going to be a UFA the same year as Quinn Hughes. Mm-hmm. I don't think they're going to be able to re-sign him. And he's at 7.8, I believe, or 7.35, something around that. It's comparable to Quinn's. So if it was 1-for-1, yes, in terms of contract wise, but it'd be a lot of picks and other prospects that come back this way.
Yeah, Hischier's at 7.25.
Yeah. And Quinn's at 7.85, right?
I believe so, yeah. Duolingo, it's kind of exciting to see what management will do, trade, signings, etc. Looking forward to some surprises. Yeah, And I'm glad you brought up Heischer, because I'm going to be actually going over Heischer in the next report tomorrow, as he's someone who I really want the Canucks to go after, but I'm not sure if the Devils would part with him in a Quinn Hughes trade, especially
Come on, man.
Jack out.
Bro, you're getting Quinn Hughes. Everything's on the table. Everything is on the table with exception of Jack Hughes and Luke Hughes. Everything else is on the table. If Jersey is saying no to Heischer, then there's no point talking to them anymore. Seriously.
Urban, we could get a top 3 pick and still fuck up royally. Yeah. I mean, that is the Canuck thing to do. So, Urban, tell me who the best player in the 2018 draft has been. Quinn Hughes?
I thought Quinn Hughes was 2017.
No, I'm pretty sure Quinn was 2018, and I think it was Petey who was 2017.
Yes.
So, yeah, I guess it's Quinn Hughes then. Is the answer.
Most likely. I'm just checking right now.
Yeah, Quinn was drafted in 2018.
Hey, yo, Darlene played very well tonight. And Darlene was first overall. I was actually hoping for Darlene that year. But the Canucks kind of fumbled that and then ended up falling and going 7. I think that was the year that they dropped 3 spots. They were supposed to be 4th, maybe. I can't remember.
Yeah, because they ended up drafting Quinn 7th overall, and the top 3 picks were Darlene, Svechnikov, and Kotkaniemi. Those were the top 3.
Yeah,
and then 4 was Brady Tkachuk.
And 5th was Barrett Hayton. And he's been talked about recently from Utah.
Yeah.
Utah definitely has the assets for Quinn. They still have a lot of draft picks. They have a lot of prospects. They have actually roster players that would fit the mold. So, yeah, Utah would probably be like a sleeper. For Quinn.
Just looking more at some of these names. Vitaly Kravtsov was apparently drafted in 2018, 9th overall by the Rangers. So was Bouchard, but nobody cares about Bouchard. Dobson. Yeah. And now I'm like way past like the top 10. And then, So, I would say, definitely Quinn in 2018, just by looking at the list. I mean, you could make an argument for Darlene, I suppose.
Yeah. Brady's pretty... Dude,
Yeah.
If we had a Brady, come on, man.
Mm-hmm.
If we had Brady Tkachuk, that would... Bro,
yeah, by the way, shout out to Brady and Matt for their new podcast. I've watched a couple episodes. They're pretty good.
They're hilarious.
Yeah. I guess Urban answered his own question. Oh, yeah, we have that guy. And somehow this team still manages to fuck up. Urban was going off. Fool me once, Canucks. Yeah. Duo, knowing our luck, we
Oh, man, that sucks. Nail Yakupov. I think Tyler got frozen. I think he needs to restart again. But yeah, that would suck. McKenna, I think he's picking up again recently. He wasn't doing so well in the first couple of months, but I think he's starting to pick it up. So who knows? Definitely top 3 for sure. I know a lot of YouTubers, content creators, part of the Canucks community are very high on McKenna still. So yeah, it's probably gonna be... Yeah, I think McKenna will be first. But while Tyler refreshes, I'm just gonna go back and read some of the comments. I'm gonna try to get through all of them tonight. It's already 1:26. But we'll try to do as many as we can. Let's see here. Okay. Swerve Irvin, I believe in change when I see real change. Yes, agreed with that. Bobby, People's First Yukon. Could Vancouver Canucks, I guess, draft McKenna to play with them? That's only if they start to lose and get the first round pick. But I know, Bobby, you want to see them win right now. So if they continue to win, it's very unlikely we'll get McKenna. Swerve Irvin, Edmonton's failure wasn't solely on Nail Yakupov. It was the lack of support surrounding their stars. Yes, that's very correct. It's kind of, in a way, I would say, same thing with PD, but at least PD has played around him. You know, he's upped his defensive game. If you know what, he had some stronger wingers, you know, and not needing to make these defensive face-offs and all of that, he can still get back to that 100-point player that he was at that point. Because look at it, 23-24. I think we had Blueger at that time already. You know, who else did we have that year? We had Zadorov, we had Tyler Toffoli, you know, JT Miller. At least JT's, you know, he was responsible for a lot of the faceoffs also. So that took the pressure off of PD, so he could actually become that 100-point player that he was. So yeah, if Canucks are able to surround him with better wingers, you know, you never know what he can do, especially if he doesn't have to make those defensive starts, right? And we have Tyler back.
Yeah. And then
I think you have loved the
have the
entire
comment that you were
presentation
just
of the stream.
Yeah, I know, because I started that one. Thank you, Alfred. I appreciate that. Duo. So if we lose Hughes, our core is PD, Besser, Demko. So sketchy. Every player has been proven inconsistent. Yeah, that's fair.
But here's the question: Do you think Quinn Hughes is a playoff performer?
I would have to say no, based off of us having hardly been in the playoffs.
I mean, tonight there was a play where he, like the spins and everything. Yeah, I don't think people can really read him, but in terms of like the frame wise, he's under 6 feet. What is he, like 5'9", 5'11"? I can't remember.
Something like that, yeah.
So unless you have a really stacked team that has really big forwards or another, you know, second line of big defensemen, it's very hard for a smaller defenseman to really make a difference. Like, that's how I kind of see it. And that's why I'm not so, you know, I don't feel as bad if we trade Quinn, especially if we get some really good prospects back. Right? But no offense to that. Like, I love Quinn Hughes. Come on, man. I just got his.
Yeah, no.
Hopefully not the last time.
Yeah, I saw that picture of you and Quinn, and even in that picture, he didn't look amused. Like, he had just the look on his face. I don't know if it was him being tired or what, but he wasn't smiling.
I think I pissed him off.
One thing.
I think I pissed him off.
Oh, really? But anyway, if we lose Hughes and get no less than four blue chip assets, be it picks, prospects, roster players, we're cooked. Yeah, they need to, if they're going to trade him, they need to nail this trade.
Hey, remember, January 31st,
yeah.
5 assets. It was said here.
Duo, maybe this is the year where we finally draft our own number one. Yeah.
Canucks have never drafted number one in history.
Mm.
Oh, sorry.
But
The only exception was the 1999 draft where they had the first overall pick, but they sent it down to Atlanta, and Atlanta got the first, and they got the second, and then the third from Tampa, which allowed them to draft Daniel and Henrik. Daniel at second and Henrik at third.
But it's like what I've said on this channel before, and I reference Angels in the Outfield. If you guys have seen it, it could happen. So that's one thing I always say. I don't know why I keep going back to that. It's like branded into my brain. Just incredible
Rudy,
the Night
and also
Owls.
Rudy, right?
Yep.
And also Rudy, right? You watch Rudy? Nothing is impossible.
Rudy. Oh yeah.
The movie Rudy?
Duo. Ottawa got 7 pieces, including 3 draft picks, 1 first, 2 second for Erik Karlsson. Imagine if I think pieces.
I think Duo is looking at uncensored the infographics, because I think Witt put that out, and I think he also made a comparison to who else, like Pronger, Carlson. That was the one.
Anyway, Hughes needs to bring in at least a minimum of 4 first-round blue-chip prospects or more to even be remotely worth trading him. Scared management will trade picks for random veterans for a playoff push. Yeah. I would be scared too if that's what they're thinking. Like, they need to be thinking about future, not this season, if they're going to pull the trigger on a Hughes trade, especially if it's before the deadline.
So you saying that means you don't trust management either?
No, I don't at all.
Because obviously they have a habit of trading their first. They traded the first for Bo Horvat for Hronek, and then the first round that they got from JT Miller for Marcus Pettersson, Doc. But to be fair, they also unloaded Heinen, Desharnais, I think a prospect.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
that would
be rough, I think his name was Maelstrom or something, or Fernstrom was his name, the prospect they got rid of.
Yeah. It was Fernstrom.
Melvin Fernstrom.
Yeah. So imagine if they got first round picks for Quinn Hughes and then they immediately trade it away for another, I don't know, for God's sakes, like a 2C or something. I'd be so pissed. Like, seriously, like, you have these first round picks in such a deep draft and you trade it away just for this season. No, please don't.
Yeah. Gerald holding it down when Tyler's freezing is so funny. Yeah. I don't know why he's doing it so much tonight. I don't know why. I wonder if it might actually not even be my internet. Maybe it's like StreamYard or something. Because it's happening. I don't think it's ever happened this many times.
I think whatever it is, it just wants me to pull my weight.
This core has only made the playoffs twice, including the bubble year. Every time they make the playoffs, they follow it up with multiple years of failure. Yeah, that basically seems to be what happens every time. Elfin says he's been saying this for a long time. I think this is when you were referencing the Canucks squeaking in and then getting swept by the Avs.
Yeah.
Like I said earlier, Duolingo's guts is on fire. 2 lucky seasons don't make us a contender, let alone a playoff team. Yep.
Agreed.
Pretty much. Does having Hedel and Blueger back make us a playoff team forward? No. I mean, definitely not with Hedel, for sure.
No. A healthy Hedel, yes.
If he's never had a
prone
concussion,
Hedel, no. Yeah.
Yeah. Like if this was like an alternate universe Heedle, yeah, I would say so.
Bro, I would have a healthy forward over Marcus Pettersson. I said this right now, like here. Like I would much rather have a healthy forward than, Marcus Pettersson isn't playing very well. It's
No.
like even tonight's game, it was just it was to the point where I was yelling with so much profanity that Jordan had to like record me, and hopefully it's not on Canucks Uncensored anytime soon. But I was so pissed off today.
Superstars carry teams. Look at McDavid and Draisaitl, 2 Stanley Cup Finals with worse goaltending than ours. Yeah.
We just don't have offense, right? So
yeah. Just imagine if the Oilers had actual good goaltending, they probably would have won at least one of those Stanley Cup Finals.
They'd be like the Avs right now, man.
Yeah. Here we go. Our superstars just don't have that capability.
No, but sorry. Wait. But wait. Because like I said, I explained if we had Bluger in, PD wouldn't be as exhausted by those defensive matchups, face-offs. He could focus on offense. If he had better wingers, he could be scoring more. So it's really not the capability. Like if you look at it, people have been bashing on PD all year, and with his, even with what happened in the summer with his unfortunate unborn child and all of that, like he worked out, he had a great summer, and he came in, but he was just throwing a bad deck of cards because everyone was injured, right? So if in a world that we had Pius Suter resign instead of Evander Kane, that might be a different story. So it's really not about that. Like PD was really the right choice if you look at it. I mean, look at JT Miller right now. He's on the Rangers. I mean, of late, with exception of 2 games that he hasn't scored, like he's getting back up there. But still, prorated for an 82 game season, he's only there for 46 points or 48 points. PD, at least with what he's doing right now, for 82 games, he'd probably still get 68, 69 points. So maybe it is a blessing in disguise. So think about that. And management definitely should not blame the team not doing well because they traded JT Miller. Come on, man. Big win.
Big win, M36. Got to trade Hughes soon. The longer any drama builds, the less teams will be willing to pay. Yeah, I mean, we kind of talked about how, speaking of Miller, we all talked about like the drama from last season. Well, there may not be a rift this year, but there's still drama because, like what Adam Foote recently talked about, I think it was at practice the other day, is the noise is getting into the locker room again. So we just traded out the JT Miller PD rift drama in the locker room to, is our captain being traded, basically. So nothing's changed in that aspect, despite Adam Foote doing his best to be Mr. Positivity.
So sort of to answer why, I think you saw, I don't know if you saw this picture or whatever. What did you see it? Did I send you a picture of me and Quinn Hughes? No.
Yeah. I think you posted it in our chat.
Okay.
Like our group
chat. Let me give you some context in that. Because I don't think you were at Clay's stream, the member stream. So I brought it was a season ticket member, a good friend, their kid to see Quinn Hughes. So I don't know, maybe Quinn thought it was like my kid or whatnot, especially with this ugly, disgusting, whatever Movember thing coming.
Yeah, I thought you
But
said you were going to shave that off.
no, I'm gonna do it for a month and a half. So I'm gonna leave it.
Oh,
Like I didn't even trim
that's
it
fine.
this year. So December 14th. At least I'll make a post on Instagram or something just to finish it off. I mean, this year, uh, I'm still like $500 short of last year. Still trying to reach up for donations. Not plugging this right now. I'm just saying as it is.
Mhm.
But back to the Quinn Hughes story. Like I told him about this. I was like, I wish I shaved so I can take a picture with you. And he's like, so why didn't you? And I was like, oh, I'm growing this out for November. I'm trying to raise awareness for mental health. Um, and he's like, wow, that's awesome. And then I said, yeah, I just wanted to check in with you to see how your mental health is with all the rumors and everything circulating. So he said to me, he goes, well, I'm still here, right? And I was like, yeah. He's like, I'm doing okay, but I can. It's pretty much exactly what he said to CTV,
Mhm.
in terms of like the feedback and all that. He's like, I can only control what I can control. So it's like that generic answer that he already
Mhm.
has like etched in his head, but he added like, I am still here, right? So, you know, and then after that we took a picture. He asked me about my phone because I can't show you now because I'm using it right now, but it's like a fold. And he's like,
Yeah.
wow, what? He's like, holy crap, what kind of phone is that? And I was like, it's a fold. And I was like, can you just wait a sec? And I gave my phone back over to the person. I was like, can I just take a picture with Quinn? Because obviously that's not my kid. I wanted a picture with him. And then he grabbed the kid. He's like, oh, you should get into this. And I was like, oh, whatever. So he might have looked kind of pissed because we took like 3 pictures. I got a hat signed, the kid's jersey signed, and my jersey signed. So it's one extra than you can actually like you are allotted because it's only one
Mm.
item per person, right? So
Okay.
that might be the reason why. So
Okay. That's fair. But I love how he just gave his basic like media answer when there was no camera in front of his face. No, he still gave the same answer. Um, anyway, crap, where were we? All right, here we go. Justin. They can't fill seats. Yeah.
$49 tonight.
Duo. If we traded Besser, Demko, or PD today, we'd have to retain salary on all three. Our 3 core pieces, that's just depressing. Yeah, if we traded them today, we'd have to retain.
Besser PD has no movement, so it's only
Mhm.
Demko that can be traded right now.
Yeah. But if I think he's basically saying if there was no move clauses, regardless, we would have to retain salary on all 3 of them.
Yeah.
Definitely PD for sure.
Oh my god, that would be disastrous.
Justin, I guess this was when you were going on your little passionate rant. Fire Gerald, love your passion there. Elfriend G is on fire. G baby, love it.
As much as I hate it. I mean,
why were we also in a hurry to sign Demko? Yeah, that's actually a very good question because we could have waited a year before they did it, but they pulled the trigger on it. Same thing with Garland. They pulled the trigger.
no, wait. Garland was a good signing, but Demko,
No,
if
Garland
they
was good.
waited, dude, man, the guy signed for 6. That's like he didn't even get a raise if with inflation and also the cap, like he had 6 million, man. But Demko, yeah, I think what, if I was in their shoes, I would have resigned Sherwood instead of Demko and let it
Yeah.
run out. And then at that point, depending on Demko how he's doing, then just trade him for assets because you already have Lankinen. And The only problem is Lankinen hasn't been playing very well this year, and you can't sign him because he has a no movement clause already as of the start of the season. So at least you can trade off Demko, but that was their bet. That was their safety net, I guess. And yeah, management took too many risks, like Hito, Demko. Alfred's right. We didn't have to rush.
Mm-hmm. Good comment from Duolingo. My parents live in Calgary, and tickets are going for $50 lower bowl, as people don't want to go to games. Canuck fans need to follow suit. $25 or free for upper bowl. Wow, I didn't know tickets. I'm assuming he's referring to the Flames. $50 for lower bowl. Wow. Yeesh.
Yeah, well, Calgarians, Albertans don't have to pay taxes also. Vancouver is much more expensive.
Yeah, very true. Swerven, was it to guilt Quinn into staying by signing his homies? I wouldn't be surprised if Rutherford and Novian thought, like not necessarily that was the main reason, but they thought of it. I wouldn't be surprised at all. Yeah, Demko, Besser, and Garland. I still think, and this is just me personally, they need to keep Garland. Like, I know there's been talk about trading Garland because of the whole veteran thing. Out of those veterans, I want them to keep Garland. Just to keep somebody.
If they were to trade Quinn Hughes, who would your next captain be?
I mean, I would have to say Garland. Garland's one of the first people that come to my head.
There we go.
Unless Myers is maybe still here because of the veteran experience. But
no,
if I had a choice,
Myers only has one more year. Myers only has one more year left after this. They wouldn't give it to someone like that, and they probably don't want Myers. Like the only reason why they re-signed Myers at that lower contract is so A, he wanted to stay, and B, so the kids could have time to develop. So like Willander, Mancini, that's the reason why. If not, they would have been like, "Hey Myers, we're good. Thanks. Thanks for your service."
Yeah. Plus,
but
Myers
Garland
took a discount too.
Exactly, and Garland, look at him. Like ever since Bo left, because do you remember back in the day, like in the 2019, 2020, Bo would always be standing at the bench, at the door, fist bumping, high fiving, whatever, all the players. And who's replaced him doing that?
Garland.
There we go.
Yeah, definitely. If I had to choose, that's one big reason why I don't want us to lose Garland and why I don't like seeing these trade Garland. It's like, no, at least keep Garland. Even though he can probably get you something decent, you got to keep at least somebody. 100% Urban, I believe Foote is the coach because of Quinn.
Agreed.
Yeah, and they probably it was I think Alfred's even said this desperation move, bringing in Foote. All this to appease someone who's about to dip. Ooh, shots fired there.
He never said he was dipping.
Yeah, no, he never did. We're way back.
Yeah, we have a lot.
Messages are from 108 or from 108. So
that's what I said in the beginning. I was like, we need to start chat quick because it's just I don't want people to like. Yeah, I think a lot of people aren't even here, but if you're still here, chat, let us know who's here. We'll try to read all your questions first.
Okay, this is. Hang on. There we go. Okay, I'm looking at our most recent because. I did want to touch on this real quick. Even though it's not Canucks related, McKinnon did pass Joe Sakic tonight for most goals in franchise history, which is
bound to happen.
Cool. Yeah, and that just goes to show you the type of player that Mac is. Man, imagine if the Canucks had I mean, not discounting what Quinn does, but imagine if the Canucks had a guy like Mac. Like, man.
Keep dreaming. Keep dreaming,
Oh
Tyler.
yeah. Oh yeah, I know. I will.
So
I'll be like,
right now. Sorry, go ahead.
I'll be like, if you guys have ever seen The Grinch, you know the little things on when they're sleeping. Yeah, that'll be me about Mac being a Canucks or being on the Canucks. Justin says he's still here. Bobby's still here. Says we still have 24 people.
Serious? We have 24 people here right now at 151. That's crazy.
Yeah, and that's between YouTube and X, between the two.
Oh,
Harry's
Harry's
still
here.
here. He said,
Harry has a lot of questions. He made a lot of comments. If you can maybe go through some of those.
yeah, I think I found one. I feel like we would have a fun time talking about the Canucks while having hot pot right now. Yeah, I wouldn't mind a little bit of hot pot right about now. I'm actually, I think
Harry,
my
are you
stomach's actually kind of growling
Harry,
at
are
me.
you inviting us right now? Are you inviting us?
He did a double post for that one. Here's a good one. Justin, can you imagine if Detroit didn't botch 2018 and selected to use, and we went with Zadina? Oh boy.
That would suck.
That would have been terrible. I mean, it would have been good for Detroit, but not us. Here, see if I can find some more from Harry. Says I would be happy with top three. Oh, to answer your question earlier about the $10 million goalie, it is Bobrovsky. I thought it may have been Shesterkin. I actually even
thought so
Googled
too.
him. But
I think Shesterkin is though. Isn't he close to 10 million?
Here, I don't know why, but for some odd reason, the Canucks are trading a pick away during the draft. But maybe that's me. I mean, are you saying like in a 2026 draft, Harry? You think that's going to happen? Yeah, Duo's still here as well, of course. Anyway, Justin does say Skinner is younger and a cheaper cap hit. Yeah, but he plays like shit.
Yo, Shesterkin is 11.5 and he signed an 8-year contract worth 92 million.
Yeah, I think they said at the time that was well, because he signed this like what, a year or two ago.
I don't know, but it's until the 2032-33 season.
I think he signed it
So minus that 2024. He signed it in 2024.
24. And I remember at the time, just to get off kind of stuff real quick, I remember at the time they offered him the richest contract and he turned it down originally. And then this was a new offer they did to him and he signed it. And yeah, they said it is the biggest goalie contract in NHL history at 11.5.
Yeah.
So that's crazy. And I don't even know how much Quick is making.
I think it's 10 also.
Really?
Yeah.
No, Quick's making 1.5.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
1.55 with 1.85 AAV. Damn. Okay.
And he's a UFA coming up in 2026. He only signed a 1-year deal. But it doesn't show what his...
Bro, he's 39, man. He's 39.
Yeah, he'll be 40 when he becomes a UFA. So that is crazy. But on that
his
note,
previous
Justin,
contract was 5.8
okay.
when he signed it with LA. Yeah, what the hell? He signed a 10-year contract at 5.8 in 2013.
That was that was with LA. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And then
they still traded him.
yeah, and then he signed a 1 year with New York. And then after that, he did another 1 year with New York at 1.28. And then now he's still with New York. So yeah. He went to Golden Knights
Yeah, he
in
went to
2022,
Vegas.
23.
Yeah, played 10
Yeah.
games. But yeah, I on that note, yeah, the Kings kind of fucked him over by doing that. No, him signing that long-term contract and then they trade him like halfway through it. Like, yeah, and that got a lot of attention too. The way they treated Quick, and he was actually pretty torn up about that.
No, but it was only for 1 year. It's for the last year of his contract because he was going to be a UFA.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I think he had made it known that he wanted to stay in LA. But I guess they just were not interested. And then, yeah, the last 3 years he's been with the Rangers. And he's done not that bad with the Rangers. 23-24, he had a 2.62 goals against average, a
9.01.
911 save percentage.
And
This
last year was terrible. 8.93.
Yeah. And then
And
this
then this
year,
year he's back up.
Yeah, he's got a.
But he's also a back.
Yeah,
But he's also a backup role.
Well, he's
only played 7 games.
He's been a backup the last 3 years with the Rangers.
Yeah.
Although I think they've kind of shared it. You know, at least his first 2 seasons, they really shared it between him and Shesterkin. Because he played 27 in his first year with the Rangers, and then 24 last year.
Yeah, but Shesterkin's injured right now.
Is he? Oh yeah. Wait, is he?
Yeah, he is.
No, I should know.
Don't you have him in your fantasy?
Yeah, I got so many injuries in this thing. I'm like losing track.
And just to reply to Justin, would you do Demko retain for Skinner and a first? No, because that first would mean nothing, especially if you have Demko healthy and they make it to the finals, eventually make the cup, then you have a 32nd pick. That's like a second round pick. Like, no. Unless it was like a first from someone else. But no, like, and then with Skinner, so you would have Skinner and Lankinen. I'd probably rather have Tolopilo and Lankinen. So I would much rather trade Demko for a first and someone like, oh God, I don't know, first and Nuge. I do Nuge, but I don't know if they'll let it go because I think Nuge needs to re-up soon, anyways.
Shesterkin's not injured. He just played the other day. Okay. Lost 3-0 to Chicago. But yeah, just quickly browsing, Shesterkin's actually played pretty decent this year. Just looking at the game logs. I mean,
for PD money, he better be.
I mean, he's 12-10 on the season. 1 shutout.
Dude, that's just 2 games over 500, man. Being the highest paid goalie. Yeah. Come on, man.
Let me quickly go back down. Oh, here's a good one from Harry. Would you rather flip the first overall pick after trading Quinn Hughes for the 2026 draft, or see what happens during draft day during the offseason? I would say definitely not flipping it at all. You want to keep that. I'm assuming he means if you were to get a first overall, or wait, no, first overall. I'm assuming Harry means first round pick. If you get a first round pick by trading, when you trade Quinn, would you flip it at the draft? Is Harry trying to say like
So
maybe
I think,
flipping it for the first overall? Because I don't think any team would do that if they had the first overall.
well, it depends. I mean, if you flip the first round, like the first overall, and you can get like second and third, I mean, it goes back to 99, right? Like the
Mm-hmm.
Canucks had first overall, they flipped it. The Canucks, I believe, had first and fourth. So what they did was they gave, actually, no, they had, oh God, I have to look at this. So the Canucks had two first round picks in top five or top 10, and then they flipped it. They had first overall, so they dropped down to second, gave Atlanta the first, and then moved up from whatever position up to third, so they could draft Daniel and Henrik. So if Canucks were to get the first overall again, would they flip it to, I don't know, potentially get second and third again? Something like that? I don't know. Harry, ask that question again.
Harry says he's not talking about first overall. He's talking about first round pick.
Yeah, no, we're not.
So he's saying flip a first round pick.
No, but given if JR and PA are still around, they will flip it for a roster player, which, yeah, I'd go bonkers. Like, it's just stupid. Like, why would you even do that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, honestly, I actually didn't even realize that the Canucks had the first overall pick in '99. I'm just
Yeah, they did.
googling about it right now.
Can you tell me what happened? So they gave the first overall to Atlanta,
So
and
it
they
says
dropped to
here,
second because Atlanta had the second overall. I remember.
yeah, because I'm just looking at it on Wikipedia, but it says as a result of the draft lottery, first three picks going into draft day were held by the Tampa Bay Lightning, the Atlanta Thrashers, and the Vancouver Canucks, respectively.
Oh,
After
I
the
remember now. I remember now. So the Canucks traded Tampa something to get the first overall, and then they traded the first overall down to second to Atlanta, and
Mhm.
Canucks got the second and third. Only if Atlanta didn't draft one of the twins, and they said they were going to
Mhm.
draft Ilya Kovalchuk, right? So Tampa had the third.
Yeah, it says here the Canucks were determined to select both Sedins and they therefore initiated a trading carousel involving multiple teams. After the trading was done, the Lightning had traded out of the first round altogether, so they completely traded out of the first round. While the Thrashers held the first overall pick. However, Atlanta also agreed not to draft either of the Sedins. The Thrashers therefore selected Patrick
Oh,
Stefan,
Stefan. Oh, that bust. Yes.
while the Canucks used the second and third picks to select the Sedins.
So I was wrong. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Says here, first overall Atlanta Thrashers from Tampa Bay via Vancouver.
So
Vancouver's
Canucks
acquired
never had
first
the
round pick went
first.
to Atlanta. Yeah. Um, ooh. Tampa Bay's acquired first round pick went to the Rangers as the result of a trade on June 26, 1999, that sent Dan Cloutier, Nicholas Sundstrom, a first round pick, and a third round pick in the 2000 entry draft to Tampa Bay in exchange for this pick. So there's a Canuck name involved in that trade, or a future Canuck in this, Dan Cloutier.
That's great.
Uh,
I I hated Dan Cliche. I'm sorry.
I didn't mind him, but I didn't hate him. But I know he wasn't good.
Dude,
I'll never forget
how do you
that. I don't defend
Detroit
him at all. I
game?
don't.
Detroit game, Nicholas Lidstrom on the other side of the blue line took a slap shot and it went in, and that changed the whole trajectory of the Canucks forever.
Yeah, I think the only thing about Kluche that I remember that probably no one else does is this wicked glove save that he made at one point. And that's about it for the highlights for Dan Kluche.
I just hated his helmet.
Yeah, that was definitely unique for sure. That type of helmet. It was odd.
It's like Arthur
mean-
Seelov's like, come on, man. And this was like
I mean,
in the early 2000s already. Like, why are
you
you
mean
wearing this kind of
Archer's Urbe, not Seelov's.
or Urbe or yeah, sorry, Urbe.
Yeah, Archer Seelov's great granddaddy, you could say.
Yeah.
Okay. Justin, since we're on the topic of goaltenders, Brandon Bussey in Carolina. $775,000 one-year deal picked off waivers from Florida in October. Now he's the first goalie in NHL history to win 10 of his first 11 games. Wow.
Sounds like Lankinen all over again.
Yeah, sounds like this year's Lankinen, and he's with Carolina. I mean, I think that's the one thing with Carolina right now is they just need better goaltending. Obviously,
hey, we got Demko.
Yeah. I mean, Carolina has Anderson. He's basically their version of Demko, essentially, with the injuries. And then, I think Kochetkov's kind of fallen off a bit, even though I used to actually really, really like him. I do like how aggressive that Kochetkov is when it comes to his poke checks. I do like that.
Holy shit! Who is that? Is that Witt or is that Jordan?
I have no idea.
Canucks Uncensored is in right now. It's just at the bottom. But anyways,
Duo first jersey being thrown on the ice before Christmas. I think someone said a jersey got thrown on the ice tonight.
Yep.
So, also speaking of the game tonight that we haven't really touched on,
that person must be rich, man.
Because, yeah, that was actually mentioned on the broadcast. Did you notice? Wait, was there audio when you were at the Shark Club? So did they actually have the audio for the game?
It was on and off because for God's sakes, I don't know. I don't even know who played. I think the Browns were playing.
Oh, okay.
But it was back and forth with the NFL game.
All right. Well, basically during the broadcast, Shorthouse mentioned something about an earthquake, literally right in the middle of the broadcast.
Really?
Not an earthquake here in Vancouver, but apparently there was one in Japan 4 hours ago.
Oh, there was,
and it was a 6.7. I don't know.
That's aftershocks. That's aftershocks, I think. Oh, whatever.
Yeah, apparently he felt something during the game because he said some of their stuff were shaking. So I just wanted to quickly, because I actually had to Google and see was there an earthquake in Japan, and yeah, it was a 6.7. So that was interesting. Yeah. Crap. Wait, I just saw something about Kluche and his helmet. Or no, not his helmet. Justin, Dan the Beach Ball Kluche is the comment from Justin.
And he was a goalie consultant. He was a goalie coach. He was a goddamn goalie coach for some reason. Oh my God. I think it was for LA. Oh God.
Yeah, I think it was LA. WTF, you guys are still going? Yeah, apparently 2:00 in the morning. Still got 23 people between the two platforms.
We're trying to go through chat, man. So who is it? Is it Jordan or is it Witt? But anyways, go through the chat, Ty.
Harry, speaking of growing mustaches, mine is growing pretty fast.
I noticed. Good
Yeah.
on you, man. Hey, do Movember with me
Mhm.
next year. I'm gonna drag Tyler to do Movember with me next year. We're gonna do a team. And we're gonna try to raise as much money as we can. And I will
Yeah, mine's
somehow
kind of
convince
starting to Clay.
dude, it takes you 2 days, man. Shut up, man.
Me? No, it does. It
Stop,
takes me
stop.
like a month to grow something decent. I'm not kidding. Takes me a long time. Uh, Connection censored. Can't believe we were seeing jerseys on the ice already. I mean, I think some people were saying they were surprised that it hadn't happened yet. Especially with like the booing and whatnot at the games. You know, people were surprised that it hadn't happened yet. I think we lost Gerald ever so briefly, or he's frozen here. Just incredible. This is what this team does to us. Having therapy at 10 after 2 in the morning. All right. So Gerald's probably gonna hop right back on when he can. Duolingo feels like a Friday. Oh wait. AM, yeah. 31 games in, people are throwing jerseys on the ice. Canucks Uncensored. Can't believe you guys are still going. I mean, the first one that we are trying not to speak of didn't go so well. So this one's at least picking up where that left off. All right, I'm going to bring Gerald back in here. There we go.
What happened?
I have no idea. You just froze. So it was my turn to take the reins. Justin, was the arena collectively standing up to leave? Joking, but hope everyone in Japan is. Oh, when it refers to the earthquake. Canucks Uncensored, it's 2 a.m. Dan Kluche. Oh, I thought we were done with this Kluche talk. I mean, I guess you can blame me for it. I'm the one who brought his name up. Dan Kluche lets in a beach ball. Yeah. Ryan says it's got to be Jordan. I don't know. Who is it, Jordan or Witt? Maybe it's Jordan. I don't know. Nick, actually, no. Maybe it's Witt.
No,
Nick
I think Witt's
Lidstrom.
asleep. I called Witt earlier and he's already in bed. So unless he's just awake again and then he's looking through it. Oh my God, Connor is here. Holy crap. Does it get more crowded as we go later? Like what's going on here? It's like 2 a.m. How many do we have, Ty, right now? 24
26
still?
between the two platforms.
Oh my God.
26.
What's wrong with you guys, man? You guys don't need to sleep?
Well, yeah. I mean, you spend the money on the jersey, you're kind of like wasting the money on that. Like you'll never see me throw one of my jerseys on the ice just because you paid so much for it. You're basically just wasting the money. But I understand the frustration behind doing it though, to an extent. What's the second platform? X. It's X and YouTube. Very good point from Connor. Save yourself the trouble and don't go to the game if you want to protest. Yep.
That's so true. Man, Canucks Uncensored, who is it? Is it Witt or is it Jordan? Don't be like night guys and then just like peace.
I do like this. Justin Cow Bowen from Locked On Canucks. posted a short about the jersey on the ice. It was pretty funny about how he said Aquilini got someone to get it and how it's in the team store already. Now every dollar counts. That's pretty funny. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they did do that. So,
Hey, I mean, I'm curious, Tyler. Do you watch Locked On Canucks at all?
oh yeah, I do.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, from time to time, I'll watch it, and they've shout me out on Locked On Canucks before. At least Kyle has anyway.
As a member on the stream or as like a content creator?
As a content creator, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually, I did reach out to Trevor from there. So I do, and hey, if they end up seeing this, I would absolutely love to get either both of them or one of them, Kyle or Trevor, on the podcast, just to chat with them. So this is a good one. Harry, have you ever been to an away game for the season? No, I've never been to an away game for the Canucks. Oh, Gerald
Jets
has
game.
been to an away game.
Jets game. Kyle Connors scored a hat trick, and the Canucks lost, I think 5-2, and that was last season. And I was wearing a Canucks jersey, not a Jets jersey, but I ended up buying a Jets hat after the game because in Winnipeg, if a player scores a hat trick, you get 25% off all hats at the team store.
Nice. Well, I'm turning in, even though I already did for a couple of hours. You guys deserve better. We all deserve better. This team is dog water.
Thanks, Connor.
Yeah. We're not even trying to tank. We just suck, period. Yeah.
Yeah. I saw that. Did you see the message before the
Yeah,
stream?
I did.
Connor.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That cracked me up. I was sitting there at the end of the game and I saw it and I almost spit my drink out and I showed Jordan and he's just applauding. So Connor, good on you.
All right. Yeah. Speaking of Jordan, I did see that short he did about when he was at the game. What was it? The Detroit game. He went and met up with Clay, and I saw his little short he did. Standing up, clapping. I thought that was great. Jordan, if you're still in the chat, that was great stuff, man. I loved it. I was laughing with that. That is so good. And then
I was actually hoping. I was actually hoping Jordan would wear a paper bag that game because he said he didn't want to go, but because his girlfriend got the tickets, he's like, "Oh, I guess I have to go." But sorry, you were saying?
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, didn't he say he was not gonna go to games anymore? And then I saw him at the game. I was like, dude, he said he would. But if his girlfriend got the tickets, then I guess that's fair.
It was Black Friday. She got it because of Black Friday. So.
Oh, okay. But I do remember in that short he did, someone yelled something behind him, and then he looked up and then repeated it. Sell the team was somebody yelled, and then Jordan started going on, sell the team. I just thought that was hilarious. And
he's deleted that since. He doesn't want it's not on the channel anymore. Yeah.
Oh. Well, hey, at least I got to see it before he deleted. Well, I saw it on social media, so I'm not sure if he kept it on social media or not. Ryan, sorry. Been to a Kraken game and fans stay in their seats even after a blowout. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't actually mind going to a Kraken game. I mean, they freaking sell Kraken jerseys at freaking Sport Check up here, for crying out loud. Not that I'm saying they're bad jerseys or anything, but
in Seattle at the factory outlets, they sold Oilers jerseys.
Oh.
Before the Kraken had a team, before Seattle had a team.
Wow.
So, yeah. I can't remember who I spoke to. They got Oh, I think it's Lego. Lego got an Oilers jersey. It was like a camo one for like
Mm.
$20 in Seattle before the Kraken got a team. Oh my God, who else is here?
Justin says, I've been to Seattle. The arena is so nice.
Dude, Climate
Harry,
Pledge is so nice. Seriously, like if you Tyler,
Mhm.
if you get a chance, go. Like, okay, you know in Vancouver where the scoreboard's right in the middle?
Yeah,
The
it's in
Kraken
the
have
corner in Seattle.
holy crap, there's one here and one here. And it's like there's two scoreboards on each end.
Mhm.
So you don't really like if you're upstairs and you're looking down, nothing blocks your view because the scoreboard's on the side. It's such an
Mhm.
amazing arena, and it's energy efficient because they
Mhm.
dug underneath, and the entrance is actually the top level. So you have to go down for lower bowl seats. Like it's
Wow.
the perfect arena.
Yeah.
Hopefully they can do that for the
Harry says he
Whitecaps
went to
when they move
Anaheim.
to
Mhm.
yeah, Anaheim.
Harry said he went
Nice.
to Anaheim to see the Canucks against the Ducks. Um, Justin says the Kraken goal chant is pretty catchy too. As an opposing fan, I must admit, I still say they really missed an opportunity, and this is just this is more so Sam than me, but I kind of agree with Sam on it. They really missed out on an opportunity to have Liam Neeson say "Release the Kraken" for their intro. They really missed out on that, but there may have been technicalities or something like that, money involved or whatever. But just imagine if they did do that, had Liam Neeson, asked Liam Neeson, hey, can you do this? Can you read this script to do this voice thing? Release the Kraken. Kind of like what the Golden Eyes did with the James Bond thing. But it's not that big of a deal, honestly. But don't you agree that's a missed opportunity, though?
Oh, for sure. But I don't know. I think at that time when they
Yeah.
first started, they had some issues with the actual Kraken alcohol. So I think
Oh, right. Yeah.
yeah. But speaking of fandom and all of that, speaking of like fans, I met a quartet of English people. So actually there were two from the UK and two from Scotland. And they were at a Canucks game today. I met them at the Shark Club, and they weren't too happy about it because obviously they watch football, right? And they thought that the Canucks game was way too flashy. And I said to them, like, wait until you go to Vegas, man. Like the Vegas games are a show. So they were kind of pissed off that there's like the kiss cam and all that shit, and how they really didn't like how these sports games are flashy and gimmicky. So they enjoy going to games and just cheering their team. And I said, and I was telling them, they're like, where did you? They asked me where did I watch the game, and I said at the Shark Club because my tickets went to another partner that I had that I share seasons with. So they're like, yeah, we're not a huge fan, but they're a huge fan of the Whitecaps. They went to the semifinals and they said it was so much better because it's continuous game time. For me, it's weird because I've always been a hockey sort of fan, and I really don't like the running time. And then they have to add extra time. Like it's so dumb. How do you calculate all of that? And then at the end of the game, like at 90, you would add an extra 3 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever. It's just up to the referees, right? So it's not very consistent in a sense that there is no stoppage time, which is what they complained about. And then one thing that they said was in the UK, if they're cheering on their team, they're not always in swag or merch like this. They just go and then they do their chants and they support their team. And what they said to me was, whatever we see on TV, those are usually fans from out of town that go in, buy scarves, buy jerseys, and then they sit in, I guess, the south side, kind of like what we have in for the Whitecaps. So they said those aren't really real fans because real fans don't need to wear merch. They just cheer on their team. So I was like, okay, that's quite interesting. So it's sorry, I was just ranting about the fans that I met at the Shark Club that were from England and Scotland tonight.
Okay, man. Yeah, no, go figure. I mentioned earlier where you cut out. Yeah, oh, hey, it happened to him this time. Of course, it's gonna happen to me. Go figure.
Are you using a PC? I actually really want to know.
Connor, I know Connor.
Are you?
Yeah, it's a PC.
Okay, that makes okay. So I'm trying to do a setup right now. If anyone in chat wants to chime in, let me know. So I've talked to Jordan, I've talked to Clay, I've talked to other sort of content creators that are doing this. And to do a stream, what kind of hardware would you use? So Jordy, I think he uses Alienware, and it seems fine. Clay did his full 24-hour live stream on his MacBook Air. And this was like a MacBook Air, like M1 MacBook Air from like 2020. And it has never crashed before. So I was contemplating of buying a MacBook, but the problem is that means I need to get an iPhone. And I obviously am a Samsung user. So if anyone is still in chat, let me know. I've already bought a laptop and it's a PC, but I haven't opened it yet. So if any one of you have comments, because seeing Tyler get reset like 4 times during the stream already, and it's been 2 hours, I'm just like, that's making me a little bit nervous.
I mean, it's also probably based on internet connection and stuff. When it comes to a desktop, you need something with a good graphics card. That is one thing that mine actually severely lacks, because mine was like custom built, and I also had it built with not doing a podcast in mind. Keep in mind, I had this built like 5 or 6 years ago. Just basic. I told him basic stuff. I don't need the bells and whistles. So I probably need to upgrade my desktop itself. So it's probably just not built or powerful enough for stuff like this. So that's probably a big reason why it keeps happening. Plus, with where I'm living too, the internet, comes and goes. Even though I literally have my booster right next to the computer. But
yeah, that's what you get when you live up in the mountains. You bougie, like.
And a very old house too, as well. Very old house. Anyway, I was saying, Connor, good stuff, boys. Hope to tune in on the next stream. Maybe voice my thoughts on where we're going for the new season, as this one is pretty much over. Night. Speaking of the next stream, I think I touched on this in the previous stream that I have since deleted, but I know there's a lot of different people who are here, so I just want to touch on that again for the post-game schedule, for at least the next few games. Obviously, the next several games are going to be early start times, and our next post-game show that I'll be doing won't be until next Friday against the Islanders, as I'm off on Friday, so I will be able to do it. Unfortunately,
you're not doing the Jersey game.
No, I won't be able to. I'll be at work, even though it's at 9:38, 9 in the morning. I start at noon, so I'll be like on my way to work, and then I'll be working till like 8. So I'll be
okay.
So that's why I won't be able to do Sunday.
Whoever's in chat right now, I think right now we still have Ryan Thompson. We got Bobby. We got Harry. If I was to do a post game for you, would you be down for that? And would chat be down for that?
Yeah, I'd be cool with that.
So whoever's in chat right now, let us know.
let us know. I think Bobby's already said she's up for it from the looks of things. Ryan says,
Hell yeah, Ryan. Thank you.
Yeah.
So potentially we could do that. Or what time are you off on was it Saturday?
Sunday, I'm off at 8. Then,
Sorry, the Jersey game's on Saturday, no? Or is it on Sunday?
it says Sunday.
I think it's
It's on Sunday. I went and looked.
So you're working on Sunday.
I actually thought it was Saturday as well. So yeah, I'm working on Sunday, and then Tuesday as well. I'm working, but that game's at 4, I believe, on Tuesday, and I'm working till 6 on Tuesday.
I can't do Tuesday unless it's late. Like we would do probably like another maybe 10 to 11, and we cut it off at an hour, or we do another midnight onwards. But it depends if you work on Wednesday.
I could maybe do Tuesday, like a quick 10 to 11, 1 hour. I could probably do that because I do get off at 6. And then I do work the following day. Next week, I'm working 5 days. So I'll have Friday, Saturday off. But Saturday, as I mentioned earlier, I'll be at Greta for the watch party. So we could potentially, I'm not going to rule it out for Saturday.
Bro, isn't Greta next Saturday? I thought it was on 20th. Oh, bro, you're frozen again. You're restarting again. Okay. Have to take over again. Looks like Ryan's down for it. Bobby's down for it. Harry's down for it. Harry asks, have you ever considered doing a member stream and have donations and everything on here or giveaways? I don't think, because Tyler isn't monetized right now, so I don't think there really are that like member streams can be done. But I will check in with him on that. And if there is a giveaway of some sort, I could definitely provide something. I think I have something for it, but we'll let you know on that. I am actually just gonna read some of the stuff that is after here. Seen the climate pledge before too, but never went to it. Yeah, it's definitely a good place, good arena to go to. It's probably one of the most, well, it is the newest arena because they're one of the last expansion teams of late. How many hockey have you guys been to? Not sure what you mean there, Bobby, but I'm a season ticket holder with a few friends, so been to a lot of games. I went from lower bowl now up to upper bowl because the tickets are too expensive. What was your first thought of the Kraken jersey, Golden Knights jersey, when they had an expansion team? Not a huge fan of the Golden Knights. It was too gold, but the Kraken jersey looked pretty fresh. I love the teal and the S. And we have Tyler back.
Yeah. And I'm actually glad you answered that right now, because I was actually just looking for that question because I highlighted it because I wanted to answer it. I agree on the Vegas one, a little too gold for me, but the Seattle one, I absolutely love their jersey, especially their new alternate they debuted this year. I think it's slick. But the like was it the Abyss? They're calling it like the Abyss or something, where it's like black and it's got it apparently they took a little something from the Golden Knights, and it apparently is one of those like glow in the dark jerseys with the S. I absolutely love those jerseys. I've actually been playing some NHL, and in one of my BA Pros, I got drafted by the Kraken, and I've literally been using their alternate jersey for even like away games. It's like I love that jersey so much.
Nice. I just hate their mascot. What is it, Bowie? Looks like a piece of shit.
Bowie, yeah.
Looks like a piece of shit.
Here's a good question from, have you ever considered doing a member stream and have donations, everything on here, or giveaways? I need memberships in order to do that through YouTube.
Can't you?
Oh,
Can't you do that already? Because you have enough views. I thought you only need X amount of views, and then I think like 50 plus members, and you already have like 1K plus.
I basically have everything except for watch hours. I need 3,000 watch hours by the end of February to get memberships. And last I
Yeah.
looked, I haven't looked at it recently, but I was at like 1,100 something for
So
like
you're still missing half.
I'm still missing half. Yeah. And I
Okay.
need to get it until February.
So all of you that are in chat, please go and rewatch all these videos. I mean, if you have nothing to do, or if you actually are busy, you're at home, you're on Wi-Fi, just turn on the video and just let it play. Just let it play so Tyler gets the hours and we can somehow get membership. And yeah, then at that time, maybe he can finally monetize, get donations, and then we'll do giveaways. I was actually just saying if you get to that point, I might have something for a giveaway. So we'll wait until then. But if you guys can do that for Tyler, that would be super appreciated.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's something I've already even thought of. Once I eventually get to, memberships, obviously I'll do member streams. I'll do obviously it would include donations, and I was planning on doing like giveaways, maybe even like exclusive videos, like maybe showing my makeshift studio that I have here, and maybe even doing like a video of me doing like making a thumbnail or making the scoreboard that you see right here, right there up top, and overlays and stuff like that, doing like tutorials or something like that, or just showing that. So
Yeah, Tyler
this
hasn't
is a
even shown
question
me
of
that. Tyler hasn't even shown me that, so it would be exclusive for you guys.
Yeah. Question for you from Ryan. How will your channel be different from other current channels if you were to do one?
I'm actually interested who Ryan is, because when did you hear something that I was doing a channel, or what's going on? But I mean, even if I were to do a channel, I will still be the resident guest for Tyler. Like I mean, this is how it all started. Like I said, I don't know if all of you who have followed know how Tyler and I met. We met through Clay's stream, and we clicked, and that's why we're doing these streams together. And I think, yeah, we work well together in a sense, because I just rant off and do my thing, and then Tyler kind of just tolerates it, and then he finds his facts and stuff, and then sort of once I get my hardware and all of that, then even on these streams with Tyler, I will have more access to information, and give you guys information that comes off my head. Because basically what we do right now, it's all up in here. So, salaries that come up, players on other teams, all that is up here. And I don't have, like, the only thing is I have a tablet that I don't really use, but it's all through here. So at that point, if I were to do a channel, it would definitely expand a lot of other things, and I can fact check a lot of things. And I wouldn't just be rambling about shit that I think is true. And then somehow after that, there's people that leave comments. Like I know someone sent me a message and it's like, hey, actually, no, Clay actually sent me a message and said, what you said on the stream, it's actually this. And I was like, yeah, I actually said, I'm not 100% sure, but Clay called me out on it. So those things will not happen if I actually do a channel. But I think for the time being, I want to help Tyler grow this channel. And then for mine, it'll most likely be probably a stream once a week, and then maybe a video every few days on my takes. And but don't worry, I will still always be a resident guest for the line change if Tyler will allow me to.
I guess this is another question for you. Well, think we only got 2 more questions, and we could probably wrap it up if you want. How long have you been a Canucks season ticket holder?
I got back to Vancouver in 2019. So I want to say 2020. Yeah, the COVID year. So it was right after the COVID year that I got seasons. And at that time, I shared it with another fellow that actually lives in Toronto, but he wanted season tickets just in case the Canucks do well. And because at that time, there was a wait list and whatnot. So we were able to do it. So we took it. It was super expensive. My seats were in 113, sort of slanted behind the net. And those tickets at that time cost, I think it was 10 grand. It was $10,000. And obviously it was like monthly payments and whatnot. And we sold a lot of the games, a lot at a loss. And I think after 2 years, I was like, yeah, I'm done with this because I can't do it. Like we saw it as an investment, but people were not buying games. And then in 2022, I met more friends that were into it, and then we did. I think it was either a quarter or half season. I think it was half season, and we split it between 3 people. So it was roughly about, I would say, like 3-4 games. And then after that, I was like, you know what, screw it. Might as well just get seasons. I got more people into it. And now it's like 4 people sharing it. So it's roughly about 13, 14 games a season. And it's more manageable. But this year it's going to be tougher because we saw the market prices. You know, Student Rush was going for 39 for Detroit, 49 for tonight. So it's definitely going to take a loss. But I mean, for my own games, I've already gone to maybe about 5, about half. So it's okay. But later on, we'll see what happens. Big games like Toronto are okay because a lot of Toronto fans are the ones that buy the tickets. So the price will probably stay pat. And usually Toronto is a game, if you're able to sell it, it makes up for maybe a quarter of the season. So as long as that happens, then we're good. So if any of you are thinking of doing seasons, I don't recommend it. Even though they do the whole 8-month plan, you can divide it up into 8 months to pay it. It's still a lot of money with big investment, especially if you're not able to attend all 41 home games. I think it's 2 preseason games. Make sure you share it with others, and it roughly comes out to, for 8 months, roughly about $300. So if you're able to afford that, then cool, and then take a loss at it, especially if we do a rebuild. But if not, then don't, because right now I want to show Aquilini we're not attending games, but I already have the tickets, so that's kind of like a slap in the face to us.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm glad you mentioned how many games you've gone to this year, because that was one of the other questions from Bobby. How many Canucks games you went to? I've gone to 4 so far this year, which is, I would say, probably the most I've gone to either ever or in a really long time.
Yeah, and Tyler needs to bring me to 1 game too. So Tyler still needs to bring me to one game this year, because I brought him to the New York game. We did that promo, that quick one, which kind of started everything. Like we started doing all these post games and stuff. But make it known on the stream, Tyler always has to bring me to 1 game this year.
Yeah. That's fair. Technically, it was the Oilers game, not the Rangers game. It was the Oilers one.
Oilers game, yeah. Oilers game.
Yeah, it's because Clay is the one who is the reason I went to the Rangers game. Just so, in case he sees it and doesn't have to correct you again. Crap, where'd it go? Crud, where'd it go? Bobby was asking about going to. Oh, here we go. this one. Would you go to a game with Bobby if she came down? I know she's in the Yukon. She's just asking if you would go to a game with her.
Well, it depends what game, and are you paying for my tickets or are you buying tickets from me?
One from Harry. When the Canucks host the meet the players night, did you get to meet all the players from the team, or was it just Quinn that you got to meet?
So I met obviously Quinn. I was lucky enough to get one of the tickets for it, and I brought a young fellow named Marcus. He's, I think, 6, which he had a lot of fun. I think I talked about it earlier in the stream. I met Evander Kane and Teddy Bluger with Justin and Jordan because they were in the lineup and they just pulled me in. And then the mother of Marcus was lining up for Elias Pettersson and Tom Willander, so I met them. I got to see Doc and Linus Carlson as they were walking towards the elevator, and saw Hronek from afar. And that's about it. I met Jake DeBrusk last year, and that's about it. Like it's short because it was only 2 hours. I didn't get there until probably 4:30, and it started at 4. But yeah, but it went a lot better this year in terms of traffic and the lineups and all that. But in terms of food, refreshments, and all that, it was the Canucks definitely skimped on it. Last year, I remember there were 2 meals, 2 meals, a snack, and 2 drinks. This year, it was a meal, a snack. It was a meal and 2 drinks, which is a lot less. So a meal would be like, you go to Triple O's, you can order a burger. So it'd be like a cheeseburger or like original Triple O's and fries. This year, or even like chicken tenders and fries. So they still had that, but it was only 1. And then at Melts, they only had grilled cheese or a pulled pork grilled cheese. But last year they actually had quesadillas. If you go to the games and go to Melt, they sell quesadillas. So they really skimped on it. And then in terms of the hot dogs too, it was really bad. Like we went to the in arena watch party. I went there with Rosie from Clay's stream, and yeah, it was like a hot dog. It was a bun and a hot dog, and you had to add your ketchup, mustard, relish, and that's it. Like there was nothing else. It was so ridiculous. So they've really skimped this year.
Yeah, I saw some of the pictures. Justin posted some of. I think there was one in particular of. I think he was with Hronek, and I kind of mentioned, how he looked pissed off. He wasn't smiling at all. And it's
he always looks pissed off.
I know. I'll have to ask my uncle that because because actually my uncle and I were having a chat because we had a Thanksgiving dinner, like we did celebrated like American, so a couple weeks ago.
That's when you got your JT Miller jersey?
Well, that was after I got it. The whole conversation started as my aunt asked me, so did you like your, gift from JT? And I was like, absolutely. And my uncle even jokingly said, he's like, I'll make sure I mention that to JT when I talk to him next, that you absolutely love the jersey and whatnot. And then he went on to explain that apparently when JT was traded, he actually told Hronek, and I think his wife or girlfriend or whatever, he basically connected my aunt and uncle with them, basically saying, these are good people, to, talk to, they're good company. He basically, since we're leaving, we're going to, give you guys this, connection with these guys so you can become friends or whatnot. So yeah, my uncle was explaining that to me, and I was like, "Oh, so you guys know Hronek too?" They're like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Cool." And I actually I think think I asked my uncle that exact same question. Is he always pissed off? Like, what's his deal? But no, maybe I'll get the answer to that question. But I just thought that was kind of cool that JT did that for my aunt and uncle. You know, said like these are really good people. You know, get to know
How did
them.
how did they meet them? How did they meet JT?
Um, actually, yeah, my uncle actually kind of told me this story when I got the jersey. Because he had to explain it to our server because our server was like, you know, what? You know, like you guys know JT Miller, blah blah blah, and kind of went a little nuts about it, or I should say, kind of fangirled over it. And but yeah, he basically said, you know, they were living in New York for a little bit, my aunt and uncle, right
That's when
around
you
the same.
visited.
Yeah, they were living in New York for quite a really long time.
So
I forget
those
the
are the
exact.
auntie. So that was the uncle that you visited in New York, then I guess.
Yeah, yeah. And I visited them in I think it was 2008. So that was right around when they first moved to New York, I want to say, because that was the first time I went over there to visit them was around 2008. And then I guess around that same time JT was in New York, and that's how they met. Was they were both in New York. And then I guess JT went to Tampa. And then right around when JT got traded to the Canucks was right around the same time that they moved back to Vancouver.
Wow.
So they like reconnected that way. And more so, my aunt is friends with Natalie, JT's wife. They're a lot closer. Um, so that is how that relationship happened. And yeah, basically he explained they moved back to Vancouver right around the same time when
Nice.
JT moved. So which is pretty cool. And then yeah, obviously when I found out that they knew JT, obviously I kind of, you know, fangirled a little bit myself. You know, thought that was really cool. And their kids are friends too. Like they each have their kids, and they became friends, would hang out and whatnot. I think I've seen pictures of JT's kids with my aunt and uncle's kids around like Halloween and stuff like that. You know, going out for trick or treating Halloween. And I do remember one of my cousins. I think he broke his leg or something, and JT found out and sent a bunch of like stuff to him, like Canucks, like signed sticks. I think, yeah, a bunch of signed sticks, some like merch and whatnot for my cousin who broke his leg. And actually, one of the sticks was a Demko signed stick, and
Nice.
another one was I think it was a Beauvillier stick right before he got traded. So I thought that was pretty funny. But you know, the Demko stick, I like they showed it to me afterwards, and I was like, this thing is freaking huge. Like the stick
Yeah.
is bigger than me. Like height wise, it's bigger than me. That's how big
It's
Demko is.
it's longer than you, height wise.
Yeah, exactly. Um, but I rambled a little bit there. Sorry about that. And
We
speaking
need
of,
we need to get a Veronic jersey and get your uncle to get it signed for us.
not gonna lie, when he told me about Heronic, that's the first thing that popped into my head. Was, oh, maybe I can get him to, or even like get a Quinn jersey and maybe use Heronic to try and get to Quinn. I don't know. But Harry asked, did you meet JT Miller last year? Or wait, when did they have the fan or the meet thing? Was it before the Miller trade or was it after?
Yeah, I actually met JT Miller at the 2022-23 end of season.
Mhm.
And I was actually on Canucks Instagram because JT was signing my hat at the time,
Mhm.
and obviously like I looked like a fucking clown, like whatever. It was on Canucks. Like I have it saved on my phone somewhere because it was on their stories. Bo Bo I actually never have met, so that's sort of a shame.
Mhm.
But I met a lot of the Canucks players at the end of the season. I think it was 22-23. Yeah, so the hat, let me see if I have it. Uh, but I think I have it. Give me a second. Yeah, so this one right here. is all signed by the Canucks team. Yeah, I finally got Quinn to sign it. If you see it, it's right there.
Mhm.
So this was the hat and the jersey because I brought that kid, and the kid's jersey was signed. And then JT, let me see here. Let me try to find JT's. I actually have Bluger on here twice, which is weird because I met him twice. But yeah, the Brusque. Yeah, and I have a Demko jersey that's signed, which I don't wear anymore, which kind of sucks. And then there's Kane right there. But yeah, it's fun. It's always fun to meet the players.
Mhm. Bobby says, "I like your hat. Thank you. This is boys it's my only skate hat. I do need to get a new skate hat. Maybe one that's not a trucker style. But they usually don't really have a whole lot of good skate, like clean, like black skate hats that I'm really fond of. It's usually only like the blue ones that they really are better, at least in my opinion, anyway." Harry says, "I've met Brock Besser, Bo Horvat, and Jacob Markstrom." Yeah, I haven't met any of the current players. I don't think. Is that right? Yeah, no, I haven't met any of the current players. I think the last player that I met was, I want to say, I think it was Trevor Linden. Was
Oh
the
wow,
last
that's
actual
awesome.
like Canuck player I met, and he actually signed my Roberto Luongo jersey on the crest, like the front crest, and down at the bottom.
Wow.
Man, after I did that, I instantly regretted that spot. He should have done it on the back of the jersey, but it was
No,
also
but
it was also a Luongo jersey too. But that was all I had at the time.
see the issue with all of that is ever since I started meeting the players, and I regret getting jerseys that have player numbers and names on the back because it's so hard to get someone to sign it. I mean, they'll sign it, but it's kind of stupid that like I'm not gonna bring a Quinn Hughes jersey and get like DeBrus to wreck it, right? So that's why I got a hat. But recently, I got a stick, and Rosie actually did this. So what they did was after one of the seasons, they took all the plexiglass from the rink, and they cut them into little sticks blades, and he brought that for people to sign, and I wish I did that. Which I'll probably do it next time. But talking hats, this is probably my favorite right now. This is one of my favorite hats right now. I mean, this one's pretty sick. The thing is, this one matches my whole drip. Matches the arms and the Canucks jersey. But this one is definitely my new go-to hat because it works with my new jacket that I have, which is this one. So it has the Canucks and then the logo on the side, and then the whole like same Canucks font lettering as the hat. So that's my new go-to. And I think we have lost Tyler once again. I think it's pretty much time to call it call it. But he says he's gonna restart his computer. He just messaged me. Uh, he said I gotta reboot my computer real quick. Won't connect. So I'll hold on for until he comes back. And let's see. Uh, God, it's almost in 3 hours. It's another one of those long streams. Thank you for all of you for still being here. Uh, God, I see a lot of messages here. So the last one, that we talked about is when the Canucks host. Okay. Can you invite me to the next season, meet the players, Gerald? If I have extra tickets, I'll let you know. They usually give us two. So pretty much one per seat. And if I knew, I think I messaged you, but if like I think I had extras this year. Someone gave me a couple. But if I do, I'll let you know. Um Last season, Harry, I went to 7 or 8 games. Okay, Canucks games. Bobby's been to two. Bobby's asking about Oilers game. Oilers game is actually January 17th of this year, and that one is super expensive. Um, yeah, probably not an Oilers game, any other game. Because that one's super expensive unless you want to really pay for it. But my tickets for my seats, I've actually like one of our shareholders already has it because he's bringing his daughter to that game. It's her birthday. How would you call me? I don't really feel comfortable giving my number out on this, but yeah, you can follow me on Instagram. Harry, did you meet JT Miller last year and Bo Horvat? I think we talked about that. Uh, I still remember Horvat liking my tweet. That was before he actually stopped using Instagram. Or sorry, stopped using Twitter. Would you ever get a Fanatics jersey? And if so, which player would you get? I think I'm good with jerseys now. I think I have too many. So probably not. I have a Quinn Hughes. I have three PD jerseys. One of the Orca, one of the Vancouver with Orca, but which is white, the road jersey. And I also have a black skate of PD. The Sprite jersey, I have Horvat. The black skate, I also have Horvat. So I think I'm good for jerseys for now. Bobby has a Quinn jersey. That's awesome. Thank you, Harry, for the hats. What's the most money you spent at the team store when you were at the game? At the game, probably not a lot, but during the fan appreciation, like the members events, I think I don't know, a few hundred. Got I think I got the Sprite jersey, the Demko jersey. Yeah, that's another jersey I have. Demko jersey of the stick in the rink, and then some other stuff. For the Christmas sale this year, it was also a few hundred. I got a couple jackets. I got Wit. I helped Wit get a jacket also. So yeah, just a lot of merch I've spent money on. What is your favorite game to attend? I There's no actual game, I would say. It really depends on the year and what team is coming. Um, the Colorado game was really crazy this year, which was fun. Um, Another game would have been probably the Oilers game or whatever game that I went with Tyler. That was overtime, still lost. Um, But I mean, games in general, I would say my favorite was probably Canada versus Germany at the 2010 Olympics at GM Place or whatever they call it, Canada Place. And I actually got to meet Joe Sakic. He was sitting, I think, a row in front of me or a couple rows in front of me. So that was probably one of the games that I remember. Oh, I also went to the Sweden and Finland uh, I think it was bronze medal game, which was crazy. I sat in the box, and that was a crazy game for Sweden. Um, how about San Jose? So San Jose, their game is gonna be on the 27th of this month. And then the next one is in January, I believe, also at the end of the month. I still have tickets for that game if you wanna buy those. And what is your experience like when you attend the Canucks playoff games? It's nuts. It's nuts. Like the experience is just unreal because especially the last playoff games, I think it was a 23-24 game. Um, I think I went to the game, it was Kessler's son skating out with the stick and then the towel. The atmosphere is definitely a lot more electric compared to the regular season games, and it's playoff hockey. So there's definitely a lot more physicality in those games. Means more because if you win, it's added towards the 4 game of the best of 7. But playoff atmosphere is definitely a lot better, a lot more crazy than the regular season games. People go nuts, and all the towel waving, which is quite crazy. But yeah, hopefully, I don't know, in a few years we get to experience that. If not, it would probably, well, it really depends on what's going on in the next couple of months, right? If Quinn Hughes gets traded, or if Teddy Bluger gets back, Petey gets back, Demko hopefully playing better than his first game tonight. Um, if they are able to win more games, and well, I don't know. I really don't know about playoffs this year because it's gonna be tough. They're gonna have to, at this point right now, they probably have to win at least uh, at a rate of about 700. So they'll have to win at least 2 out of every 3 games, if not it's pretty much 3 out of every 4 games. And it's gonna be very hard. So not too sure where Tyler is, but I'm gonna keep this going as long as I can. Um, Quinn Hughes versus his brothers on Sunday. Yep, 9:30. I was actually talking to Jordan about this, and I said, Patrick Alvin really loves to do his trades on Friday, so that's pretty much today. It's 3 o'clock right now. So, and it usually happens around noon. So we have about 9 hours from now. I was saying to Jordan, what if Quinn Hughes was traded tomorrow, like last night? Then that would mean Quinn Hughes would dress for the Devils on Sunday on the opposing team. So the Canucks would fly to Jersey with Hughes, and he plays for the Devils instead of playing for the Canucks. How would you guys feel about that? Yeah, that would be kind of crazy. Let's see here. What else is here? Is Derek Forward ever going to be healthy? No clue. Seriously, no updates. I don't think the team has really given an update, so it's up in the air, right? I mean, hopefully he's doing okay, but just not sure what kind of injury he has. Bobby, how about January 31st, Maple Leafs? Definitely not, because that's the most expensive game of the year. Tickets for that game, even if the Canucks are doing poorly, like right now, there's a lot of Leaf fans in Vancouver, or a lot of Leaf fans that come to Vancouver to watch that game. So that's definitely out of the question. Harry, how fun would it be if Quinn gets traded to New Jersey and they are playing him on Sunday? Yeah, I was just actually talking about that. It's going to be quite crazy because I don't know. How would you feel as a Canucks fan? He gets reunited with his brothers. I think Luke actually plays right wing, but he's left-handed. So you would have top line of Quinn Hughes and Luke Hughes on defense. And but Jack Hughes isn't playing because he's still injured from that finger cut when he was in Chicago at a team dinner. It would definitely be a little odd watching Quinn play on the other end, especially because Luke already has 43. So what number would Quinn Hughes use? That is sort of a big question. So if he gets traded today, and he goes to New Jersey, what number do you think Quinn Hughes would play with? I mean, he can't use 43, so maybe 34. I don't know, like swap the numbers. Um, who would the Canucks get back if that happened? I really don't know because I think what I have been saying is ideally it would be Nico Hischier because Nico Hischier is actually the same draft year as Elias Pettersson, the forward. Nico Hischier was actually first that year, and Nico Hischier's salary wise, in terms of cap, is 7.25. Quinn Hughes is 7.85. So if Quinn goes over, there's still a residual of about 600,000. Then they add a few more other players. We'll probably have to throw in another player to make salaries work. And then obviously picks for Quinn Hughes, but I would have to say any pick, any trade that goes to Jersey has to be roster. Like I've always been saying, it's quality over quantity. So if you're able to get Heischer, then maybe a defenseman from Jersey. I don't know the prospect pool, and then two firsts. I think that would be fine. I'm not huge on Nemec, and yeah, if Nemec came over, like we definitely would have to give up some other roster players from the Canucks in order to make that work. I've also seen proposals that have San Jose brokering uh, for them. So like a three-player or three-team deal, and Canucks would probably get I think two firsts, and a second, or two firsts and 2 seconds, and then they would get Nemec, and then San Jose would get Wenberg and Kiefer Sherwood. Oh, sorry, no. San Jose would get, sorry, New Jersey would get Wenberg, Sherwood, and Hughes, and Sharks would get I can't remember what it is, but you can probably find that online. Uh Quinn Hughes should wear 67 just because, oh god, please no. Uh would you do Sherwood for, oh of course. Cutter? 100%, but I don't think Anaheim would do that. And Bobby, San Jose, January 27th. Yeah, that works. I have tickets for that if you want. So we could definitely look into that. Quinn Hughes for Nico Hischier, Paul Cotter, and two first round picks. I would definitely have to look into Paul Cotter first. Um, and then the two first round picks, I mean, that's basic. I think that needs to happen. But given if I think Jersey's in a playoff slot right now. So if Jack Hughes comes back, Luke plays, they'd be doing pretty well unless they're swept, and that first round pick becomes, I don't know, the highest it'd be is probably like 17th, 18th, and I don't know about that. So this is actually kind of hard waiting for Tyler. I don't know what's going on, but let me just check. Oh, I'm so surprised the two of you are still here, Bobby and Harry. Who else do you think will get traded other than Sherwood and Quinn if that happened? Garland next. I would not want Garland traded. If Quinn actually gets traded, I would want Garland to stay, even though there's like a higher uh market for it. Like teams have been asking because you need a captain, and I think with Garland's extension, um, he would be the ideal sort of captain for the Canucks. If anyone, I would say probably DeBrusque might get traded because he's not doing very well, and with the 5.5 million contract, I think it's doable, and you could get something. And obviously, Evander Kane needs to be traded for the 5.1, maybe retained a little bit, and you get like a second round pick. And yeah, I don't know who else we would have to trade. We had Tyler there for a second and he jumped off again. So it's been 3 hours. I don't know what I should do because I want him to keep this stream and it posts on Facebook or uploads on Facebook. So I'll stick around for another 10, 13 minutes. Trade Quinn for Sidney Crosby, definitely not, because Pittsburgh is actually doing quite well this year, and I don't think Sidney Crosby would want to come to Vancouver uh, with Quinn Hughes gone. So, Tyler, you're back. We're at 3:03. Are you? I didn't want to jump off because I wasn't sure if this will upload onto YouTube. If you're
It
not
should
here,
automatically upload, but it would keep going basically if you jumped off. Yeah, we should probably call it. I still got to do my next report video, and it's
okay,
3 o'clock in the morning right now. So yeah, I
yeah.
think now's probably a good time since with all the issues going on, which hopefully I can find out why it's doing it this much. Like I said, I don't think it's actually my internet. Might also be a
I think it's just your
StreamYard thing.
computer. I think it's just your computer thing. Because if
Well,
not, why am I still here?
I don't
Right?
even I don't even think that's it because my internet's cut off for a split second and then come right back on, and like my laptop's still working. So maybe it's StreamYard. Something going on with StreamYard. But
Okay.
anywho, I digress. It's hopefully I'll look into it for sure, and hopefully it won't happen as much or anymore. We'll see. But I think 3 hours is pretty good.
Yeah, I'm tired,
So
man.
yeah. Um,
Thank you for having me. We'll answer Harry's last question, and that's it. Or last couple of questions. Do you think Marcus Pettersson gets traded? I don't think so because if we have the same management, then no, I don't think so because they obviously traded that first for him and Doc, and was it Melvin Fernstrom in that trade? So I don't think, yeah, I don't think they'll let go of Marcus Pettersson because they want to stay competitive apparently. And
mm,
and then he has been really he hasn't been really effective in the team. But I've been like tonight was just crazy. I was just yelling at the TV at Shark Club and Evander Kane, obviously. But yeah, that's about it. For a fourth round, no, no, no. They gave up a first for like a first uh Desharnais, and Burnstrom for Marcus Pettersson and Doc. No, at least like Marcus Pettersson is probably worth at least a second, even the way he's playing right now. So no. But let's end on that. And Tyler, I don't know if do you
yeah.
disagree with my takes?
No, 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 not at all. I 100% agree. Marcus Patterson's been shit this year. I've even said it. especially him. But yeah, anyway, let's end it there. Once again, thanks for coming on. I know this was, with the whole original video, and this was actually a lot of fun. Doing this, even though it was 3 hours long, it was a lot of fun, and I'm actually kind of surprised by the turnout, considering what time it is.
Yeah. What was it? 24? Even at 2 o'clock? It was crazy.
Yeah, actually, when I briefly popped in after restarting my computer, I noticed it was up to 42. I was like,
oh my God,
what? Like, maybe I should jump off more often.
So I
anyway,
take over. So I guess
thanks
I
for
have to
coming
do,
on, as always, of course.
so I guess I'll have to do post game for Sunday then. And then hopefully we'll see if the views get spiked. Because I know we have some people coming on, right?
Yeah.
Okay, wait. Lastly, since we still have, I guess, Bobby and Harry still on. If you guys still want to help my cause for Movember, I think Tyler still has the link. Do you have it somewhere? Or do you want me to send it to you?
I could probably look back at my messages.
Okay, just give me a sec. I will pull it up. Oh, I have to send it to you anyways. Right? Because I can't post on here. Yeah, so if Harry, Bobby, if you guys really, if you want to help me out on my Movember, I would really appreciate it. It doesn't have to be a lot. It could be like a coffee, so like $5 or up to you. Not asking for a lot, but if you guys are okay with helping me out, I will still keep this for another 3 days. Today, actually no, 2 more days, and then I'll shave it off. I will post a shaving of the Mo on the 14th, and yeah, you guys see me on the stream. I still have it. So if you're able to help me, I would much appreciate it. And Tyler will post the link in chat. If not, reach out to me, DM me, and I will send it to you. I think I still have 2 more days to raise funds. So thank you. Thank you, Tyler, for letting me do that.
Yeah, totally. Of course. Just trying to post the link now. See if it pops up in chat. There we go. I just posted. I think that's the full link. Because you know how Instagram does it, pops up the little video. So I'm not sure if it got the full link, but I just posted it in the comments in the chat. I can post it in the comments as well once this video is uploaded. But Harry, well, here, last one. Nice to meet you, JT Miller, aka Tyler, and Gerald. I'm glad to be here. Yeah. I mean, I'm not really looking like JT now that I kind of shaved it off, but of course, we know you're joking, Harry. But it's kind of ironic you mentioned JT Miller plus my I don't know what to call it, like family. I guess family connection with JT, with my aunt and uncle. Anyway, thank you guys for being here even this early in the morning. It's been great to just rant and just in general just talk Canucks. Again, it just shows just how, and this is me being a little unleashed, how fucking passionate we are about this hockey team. So, but yeah, thank you all for being here. And yeah, any final parting words, Gerald, at all?
No, I'm good. I'm tapped out. I'm tapping out. It's like almost 3:30. I need to get some sleep. Thank you again, everyone. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for watching or rewatching the stream if you're rewatching right now. But really appreciate it. And we will be back on hopefully for Sunday's game. I will talk to Tyler about that and maybe we'll do a post game. If not, it will be on Tuesday, hopefully from 10 to 11. Correct? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and then most definitely next Friday, of course. That is probably the only one that's actually like full on guaranteed 100%. I can say, at least right now, anyway. But yeah, thanks again, guys, for watching, and I just want to let you guys know, appreciate both me and Gerald, appreciate every single one of you. And if you guys like this video, be sure to hit that like button. And if you want to stay up to date on all your Vancouver Canucks content, be sure to smash that subscribe button and turn on your notifications so you don't miss a single video. You can find and interact with us on social media. There are the links right there. Feel free to give us a follow on all of our social media platforms. And also, if you want to continue the conversation or the discussion, you can join our Discord. There is a link in the description down below. It's completely free to join, so go ahead and do that. If you prefer a audio version of this podcast, you can find us on both Spotify and Apple Podcast. On Spotify, feel free to give us a follow. And, of course, rate and review us. It is, of course, greatly appreciated. But that's going to do it for Gerald and I. Thanks again for watching the Unleashed After Dark post-game show. And as I mentioned earlier, stay tuned to the first ever Nucks Report, which is, I guess, not coming out tomorrow. It's coming out later today. I got to record that after this. But be sure to tune into that. It's probably going to be a long, maybe almost an hour video, maybe 30 minutes, 45 minutes, because I got a lot of shit to cover in that video that I piled together.
Keep it short and sweet. Keep it short and sweet. Okay. Don't do an hour. I don't think everyone's gonna stay that long. So do it. Keep it short and sweet, and that's it. And also, if the two of you or whoever is rewatching it, make sure you open up Tyler's videos. If you're not doing it, if you're doing something, just keep it on, let it run. So he has the watch hours, and hopefully we can start doing some memberships. Maybe get some donations of some sort. And at some point, maybe we'll be doing giveaways. So help Tyler out for this. We would definitely appreciate it. And also my link, I think Tyler posted up there. If you're able to donate for my Movember cause, we're still raising funds for the next 2 days. So thank you, and have a good night, guys.
Yeah. Thanks again, guys. And yeah, maybe I won't do an hour, but we'll see how much I ramble. I have a script for that Nucks Report, so we'll see how long I talk. But anywho, I'm rambling a little bit, and yeah, that's gonna do it for us. Happy holidays, everybody. I know it's not Christmas yet, but we are in the holiday season. So happy holidays, everyone. And as always, despite the loss tonight, let's go Canucks. Believe in blue, or in tonight's case, believe in red and black, or black and yellow, black, yellow, red. I don't know. Anyway, that's gonna do it for us. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you guys next time.
Hey, Campoli missed the puck. Ryan Johnson just gets it out. And you stuck the puck back in. Campoli trying to clear it. Burrow shoots, scores!